Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
Let's say you've got questions. You're looking into solar, but you don't know where to start. Well, Harmon Solar has the answers. Hi, I'm Jeffrey O'Brien, and listen, there's a couple of ways you can go here. One, visit harmonsolar.com, browse around, because right across the page, they got links to all sorts of great information, like frequently asked questions, equipment, tax credits, even testimonials. Or just give them a call, 800-281-3189. Ask them directly. They'd love to hear from you. That's 800-281-3189. Or just go to harmonsolar.com.
Mom, where are my keys?
Why do I have to take out the garbage?
I'm too sick to go to school.
Quit hogging the bathroom!
If you're having a hard time living with all the noise, it's even harder to live without it. Fake pills with fentanyl are the #1 killer of youth in Arizona. Learn how to talk to your kids at talknowaz.com. This message is sponsored by the Substance Abuse Coalition Leaders of Arizona.
J.D. Hayworth here, and the road to feeling better leads to my good friends Dr. William and Ava Gaspar at Beehive IV Wellness in Chandler, with both licensed nurses and physicians on staff by appointment or walk-in. Beehive IV Wellness takes a holistic, naturopathic approach that helps your body with self-healing. All of today's popular treatments are available at Beehive Wellness, from IV hydration to joint injections, even popular semaglutide for weight loss. If you haven't tried IV treatment, you're missing out on your chance to really get healthy. So look them up, make an appointment, or simply walk into Beehive IV Wellness at their Chandler Clinic, where you always get a free initial consultation. Mention me, J.D. Hayworth, get half off your first treatment. Search Beehive IV Wellness on your mobile phone. You'll thrive with Beehive.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K257CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240 EU Mountain Hills at 95.9 FM. Wherever you go, take us along. Listen to our live stream on our free Fanatic app. Download it today.
All right, people, settle down.
Because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
You sure we're on? I believe we're live, yes. It seems like we're early. Neon does not lie to me. It seems like this show started very, very early. Yeah, about 30 seconds.
About that too.
Yeah. 30 seconds early, yeah. Well, I'm under contract. I don't start doing anything until 3 o'clock. All right, so we've got, let's see here.
15 seconds.
12, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 3 o'clock.
Okay. Now I'll start. Now
right.
I'm contractually obligated to start now.
There it is. Now, yeah, 3:07 now. You have to
Don't act like I'm late. I'm here.
No.
I'm ready to go.
15 seconds now.
You can't dock my pay for.
No, I'm not. I can't dock anybody's pay. I'm just telling you, you're now 20 seconds late.
All right. Well, let's get this thing started. It's the Daily Blender. Well, I guess nothing
25,
said.
26, 27.
You don't have to count down anymore, Randy. The show has begun. The show has begun.
Has it?
Yeah.
Has it really? Yeah. I haven't heard the open.
You just heard the open.
I didn't hear the open.
Oh, I heard the open.
I didn't hear the open. All I heard was I'm not doing this until it's 3 o'clock. And now we are 48 seconds into the 3 o'clock hour.
Well, people shouldn't have to do work.
You want me to roll the
open?
Want me to roll it again? Want me to roll it again?
No, that's all right. No, that's all right. All right. So is it about the blah, blah, the Daily Blender, yada, 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 Jeffrey O'Brien, blah, 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 Randy White, so-and-so, and Keon Rose, and phone number, blah, blah, blah. I got to do this part right. Coming to you live from the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale.
There it is.
So the rest of it, okay, we're here. So I don't know what you want from me. I'm happy. Don't get me wrong. I'm happy. The Diamondbacks beat the Guardians 7-3 in the first game of the doubleheader.
Game 1, and the last I checked in game 2, they're leading.
Yeah, and I think they just took an even bigger lead. Now they are 5-3 over the Guardians, top of the 7th.
Love this team. These
Bam.
guys just battle, and they don't give up.
So here's the way this has gone. Josh Bell has had 2 home runs today.
What a great pickup at the trade deadline. for the
Grychuk
Diamondbacks.
just got himself a home run.
Randall Grichuk. Yeah.
It's Grychuk.
Okay.
And then, yeah, that's all you need to know. That's all you need to know. Good things and everything's fine. Keon,
Yes?
it's weird to see him wearing sunglasses. It's weird to see because now he looks pissed all the time. He looks
Keon,
angry.
is it? Did you have a long night last night, or why you got the shades on?
I wish. That sounds fun as opposed to what happened, which is to make a long story short, I got stung in the face by a wasp, by a bleeping wasp on my eyelid.
That's man of the day stuff right there.
So I'm wearing glasses because I'll spare you all the what's going on there.
Nightmare fuel to get stung directly in the eyelid by a wasp. What did you do to this wasp to make it so angry?
Apparently I thought I was doing my laundry. I disturbed his house, apparently. So we're gonna get the exterminated people in there to see what's going on.
You hired somebody? Oh, you don't.
Well, no, I rent. So
okay.
I asked them to do it.
Call the office.
Yeah. Put in a request.
There is a great spray that I ran out of it, but I use, and you can stand 20 feet away and just Agent Orange them to death.
Is that the stuff by Chevron?
I don't
like
know.
the Chevron gasoline?
No.
Where you can stand 30 feet away and it's a stream of death.
Yeah, mine is 20 feet away. I haven't tried the Chevron stuff, but I took a picture of it because I was like, I got to go buy some. And
Chevron's got Dextron.
Yeah. Wasps, I guess, you end up with a very clean wasp. At the end, I use the Spectracide wasp and hornet killer. It looks like that.
Oh, boy.
Keep an eye out for that.
Those are some red onions over there. I took a picture of it in the trash can because I was like, oh, wait, I need to know what that is.
Listen,
so that's my
throw out-
garbage too. There's a paper plate.
I might make a trip to
throw out
Walmart
the red
after this.
onions. Yeah.
But yeah, Spectracide and 27 feet is what this one is rated at.
27.
27 feet.
There you go, Keon. We have to get you a utility belt, something like Batman.
Yeah, I know.
And you go rolling in there with a couple of cans of that on your belt, and you're ready to go.
I feel like I already have to fight all kinds of wildlife around my house. There's a lot of bugs around there, and they like the summer more than we do because they're out all the time.
Yeah.
Well, it's because it's hot underground.
That makes sense.
Don't let anybody make you feel bad about quickly removing your body from where there's a bunch of bees or wasps or hornets. My wife was like, oh, stop. Because I was like, I was doing something and a wasp showed up and I was like, nope. And I just walked away. I'm like, come on, honey, get in the house. And she's like, it's fine. Now, she's right when it comes to bees. Most bees, they're not going to mess with you. You don't mess with them. Everything's fine. Except for the angry bees. And every now and then you run into some of them angry bees and they'll kill you. But, the wasps or hornets, I don't mess around with those.
You got your killer bees.
Mhm.
You got your pissed off bees, and then you got your regular bees.
Right. So
and I'm not an expert, so I can know which one's the killer, pissed off, or regular.
I'm not
I just
waiting to
leave
find
bees
out.
alone.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
You just
Now,
assume that
NASCAR Nick, who lives in North Carolina, was out just minding his own business. In North Carolina, that he had some land, and he has one of those riding lawnmowers, and he was just minding his own business, cutting the grass, and one of those North Carolina hornets came up and stung him.
man.
Just out of no, he wasn't doing anything nefarious to the hornet.
they just probably didn't like the sound of his mower.
And he was just out there mowing on the
or
old
maybe
John Deere.
maybe his
And,
lines were not straight. Maybe they're crooked and that pissed off the hornet.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that could be. Yeah.
Whatever the case, that ain't right.
Hornets don't like crooked lines.
There's no point in that. There's no point to that.
I know.
I don't know about hornets. I don't know if they add anything to the circle of life, but I'm damn sure that wasps don't.
Well, don't the hornets eat the spiders?
What?
Hornets eat the spiders, don't they?
Yeah, some of them do.
Do they?
Yeah, they eat the Those wolf spiders and all those crazy
They
tarantulas.
they
things
keep
like that.
the bigger spiders in check, so we're not
Yeah.
overrun by them. So.
Yeah.
All right, so the Hornets, okay, they're doing a thing. Well, the Wasps aren't doing anything but being dicks
Well, I
all
don't-
the
I
time.
I think
There's
the wasps,
nothing they do.
wasps eat insects as well. They
Well,
keep
you know
the-
what? There's plenty of bats eat insects. We don't need wasps. Okay.
Well, the bats eat the flying insects.
I'll give you a pass for the Hornets if they eat the nasty spiders, but outside of that, I got no use for the Wasps. No,
Well, that's what the
use.
wasps do, isn't
No,
it?
they don't.
I mean,
No, well, then that's fine. The Hornets got it covered. To hell with the Wasps. I say
Well,
we
I-
eradicate the Wasps.
do we have hornets here?
You know, we have species of animals going extinct on this planet like every day. Why can't the Wasps eat one of them? Just
See,
one.
now I blame the what was that outbreak we had there not too long ago from Argentina? What was it? The killer hornets,
The murder Hornets.
Yeah,
murder. Yeah, there it is. The murder hornets not too long ago. See, I blame them. Those are the kind of things that make entire species go extinct. Deer, buffalo,
Oh, I thought you just called me deer. I'm like, listen, I
No.
don't need to hear that. I hear that. enough.
muskox,
Deer.
things like that go extinct with the murder hornets. Camels.
What?
I'm pretty sure camels are now on the extinct list.
There's no
because
camels
the murder
in
hornets.
South America. There's no. Okay.
There's no
Silver
murder
Pops
hornets?
says no. There's no camels in South America.
Ah,
Silver Pop
See?
says, yeah, you're right. They're very.
I
effective.
rest my
Okay.
case.
Good afternoon, guys. Happy Wednesday. Keon, sucks you got stung, but I got a question for you. What kind of bees are the best bees? Oh, stop.
The ones that don't sting you in your damn eyelid.
Yeah, that's
Honey-
the correct
honeybees?
answer. I'm not reading the rest of it. No.
Ah.
Harry Soap says wasp will sting and bite. Nuke 'em all. I think that'd be an overreaction.
Wait a minute. Wasps
I
can
don't-
bite?
Yes.
Yeah, oh, sure,
They,
they'll
'cause
bite
they've got
you
little
or sting you.
pincers in the, where
Yeah.
their mouth is.
What
Remember-
they got? What they got? What, Keon? Pincers?
Yeah. Like ants do.
Doberman.
Oh
pincers.
my God!
Harry
That's it.
Soap. Nuking them would not be a great idea because then we'd be nuking ourselves. So that's probably not a great idea. But kill them all. I'm all
Bug
for
spray
it.
is close enough.
Yeah, that's nuclear. Chief Skull says, thanks, Keon. That wasp story just skeeved Mrs. Chief Skull. She says she's never leaving the house again.
I mean, sorry.
Yeah, because outside is where the wasps are.
My eye is swollen shut, but I feel bad for her. I guess.
Fish Tank says, the blender, your proud home of National Geographic knowledge.
Oh please, you want to know about this news as well? Just sit down and relax.
Okay, Moist One's got it. He says, hornets eat spiders.
Yeah.
Spiders eat flies.
Yeah.
Uncles eat ants.
What?
Wait a minute.
No.
Wait.
No.
What?
Yeah, okay.
Oh my God.
I knew it
King,
would go off the tracks eventually.
King of Kitten says, new texter nickname, Camel Hornet. It's not bad. It's actually not a bad one.
Camel hornet?
Camel Hornet. Rough Rob says, killer bees will be eating lab-grown food. Oh, no, kill the bees. And I never said kill the bees. We
No.
need the bees. We
We
just
need the
don't
bees.
need wasps.
We don't. Yeah. Well, that's true.
Listen, there are other things we need to worry about today, and it's not the wasps. Okay,
Now,
I know that the wasp got Keon, and I've been fighting off some wasps here at the house, but that is not the thing you got to worry about the most today. Today is make sure you're checking out for the other guy day because that other guy's an idiot. Today is supposedly the most dangerous day of the year to drive.
oh my God.
A dash cam company called Nextbase crunched the numbers and found that August 7th is the deadliest damn day on
That's
American roadways.
Excuse me. I got to call Miss Kim, make sure she's safe, and we'll be driving safely home this evening.
Now, they didn't explain why a random Wednesday in August is the dangerous day, but it's based on data from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. So, all right. They also did a poll that found that 62% of drivers feel like the roads are more dangerous than they were 5 years ago.
I
don't
would
think
agree
so.
with that.
I don't think
I would
so.
agree with. I would agree with that.
Nah, I don't think so.
You don't?
No.
Really?
I think the roads got more dangerous once everybody started going around with a cell phone. Because then people are distracted driving.
Well,
you can't tell if somebody's distracted driving or drunk driving unless you see
Yeah.
the light.
Yeah. Well, I understand that, but I would agree that the roads today are more dangerous than they were. What'd you say? 3 years ago?
5 years ago.
5
No.
years ago. Yeah.
I think they became this dangerous 20 years ago. And when people start getting cell phone holders and putting their phones in the thing and just driving and looking at their map thing or whatever, then it became a little bit safer. But as far as it goes with population explosion, everybody's got distractions. I think that's the root of it, is when it got more dangerous is when we got more cell phones. More cell phones, more problems.
Well, I mean, I agree with you 110% there. But
Fish Tank says, I think everyone's just 5 years more paranoid. Yeah,
What?
you're probably right. Big George says, you know who'd clean up against the dangerous roads? Ed Quigley. Shut up. We don't talk about him anymore.
Huh.
Okay.
I don't. Ed Quigley?
Just, you've already forgotten. Let's leave it forgotten.
Just leave it there.
On the
So-
road to the White House?
So,
Is that the guy?
So resting jerk face Jim Harbaugh, you know, we were talking about how he went off to the Chargers and left some people holding the bag there, you know, and the guy he left holding the bag is the new coach. Now that guy is in trouble, but well, the NCAA has handed down a penalty for Jim Harbaugh. He has just received a 4-year cause for recruiting violation. So he's not allowed to be a coach of any college team for the next 4 years. And Jim Harbaugh said, "Oh no."
I mean, but make it work. Better make it work with the Chargers because there's
I
no
was
going
gonna-
back.
I was
Well, not for until 2028.
Yeah.
But is it though? Because I think he has to be in college football. He's got to be employed by somebody as a coach in college football for that time to actually start, doesn't he?
So here's what it says. The show clause runs through August 6, 2028, requires a school wanting to hire Harbaugh to suspend him for the first full season. After that, Harbaugh would still be barred from athletic-related activities, including team travel, practice, video study, recruiting, and team meetings until the order expires. So this is until the order expires, which
Wow.
is August 6, 2028. So
Wow.
he can just do 4 years in the NFL, and if he felt like coming back, he'd be good to go. So
See, then
it's
what
not
kind
like
of
a real penalty at all, is it?
Yeah, exactly. What kind of penalty is that?
Welcome to the world of the NCAA. Wait, no, the NCAA, not the
Yeah.
NCCA.
And double N C
MAACO? Is it Mako?
Mako.
Yeah.
I think it's
They'll
Mako.
paint your car, I think.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm
Well-
Earl Shive, and I'll paint your car for $99.95.
His own lawyer even said, just sort of thumbed his nose at the whole thing, saying, yeah, it's like being in college and getting a letter from your high school saying you've been suspended because you didn't sign your yearbook.
Yeah, it's very silly. The only way that this is going to affect him at all is if things just go so catastrophically with the Chargers that they have to fire him for some reason. You know, I mean, you'd basically have to go Urban Meyer to need a job by next year, the year after.
Don't you?
And I don't think that's going to happen.
He's not going to go back to college football anytime. I mean, if this
Probably
doesn't
not.
work out with the Chargers,
He'll
Don't you
wait it
think
out.
You just wait. Yeah.
yeah, he'll
You go work
just take
for-
some time
for
off, right?
Fox or the ESPN for a little bit.
Well, I mean, he's made a truckload of money. You know, he's
Yeah,
just going
and-
to wait it out.
and he's got the reputation of being a winner. So
Mhm.
whenever you would be available,
He's young enough to wait it out.
Yeah, he's
and still
60.
be.
he's 60.
He's 60. Yeah, he's young just
so
like me.
If for
Yeah.
whatever reason he ends up not being the coach of the Chargers, 64, you could still coach after that.
What I
Go ahead.
like is the NCAA found him engaged in unethical conduct, failed to promote an atmosphere of compliance, and violated head coach responsibility obligations. And he says, "Oh, I didn't do anything. I didn't participate. I was not aware nor complicit in these allegations." Well, the NCAA, inept in their own way, says you're full of crap. Who do you believe, Keon?
I mean, I believe the NCAA. I mean, their investigations are usually, pretty accurate. We usually don't question whether or not they got the right person. It's just, why did it take you 7 years to figure this out? That's usually the problem with them. They just move incredibly slowly. And then when they have a punishment, it's either, overly harsh or not harsh enough. They never seem to really land on the right spot. They're incompetent in that way. But when it comes to what they find, they usually find the right thing. So no, I don't believe Jim Harbaugh, and I have trouble believing that a guy is recording other practices and the head coach has no idea. He's just innocently and blissfully unaware. And when your coordinators are giving you ideas and saying, hey, we should put this in our offense, and these guys are really weak to that. When you ask, can I see the film of where you saw that? And they go, oh, no film. That's a red flag. There's no way he didn't know. I don't believe him at all.
No. Here's what the NCAA also said. The panel noted that Harbaugh's intentional disregard for the NCAA legislation and unethical conduct amplified the severity of the case and prompted the panel to classify Harbaugh's case as level 1 aggravated, with penalties to include that 4-year show clause. Subsumed in the show clause order is a 1-season suspension. We already talked about that. So basically, they're like, yeah, he just thumbed his nose at the whole thing. So he's out, gone for 4 years.
He said
That's
from the
end of
very beginning he had nothing to do with it. So
Big George says, say it isn't so. Jim Harbaugh's a scumbag college head coach who bolts for the NFL and lies. Woo, where have we heard this before?
Yeah,
a couple different places.
Yeah, a few different places, a few different coaches even. But to what Randy was saying, he said he didn't have anything to do with it. But when they asked to interview him, he would delay the interviews. He wouldn't participate in the investigation. If you're innocent and you think your name ought to be clear, then why not cooperate with the investigation and clear your name? He didn't do any of that, which is another reason to not believe him.
Right. So there was the non-cooperation, which is he's in the most trouble for. But the sign stealing case, that's still going on. Yeah. They haven't sorted that out. So he could get more, I think.
They could add to it. Yeah. This is just a he's already out of here. We need to address it in some way. Because if he was the coach at Michigan, he could probably coach for another 5 years before they said anything to him.
Scratch Me Because says, perhaps the Wasp mistook Keon for an extremely large spider.
Could be.
I mean, wasps aren't that dumb.
Yeah, I mean,
clearly Keon is not a spider. Chief Skull says, I had to fight off 2 yellow jackets by the house and knock down a nest by the front door. I worked really hard to get Mrs. Chief Skull relaxed so she could walk out of the house. Now she has to hear that wasp attack story. Well, sorry.
What do you want me to do about it? I didn't choose to get stung.
Heavy Metal Maniac says, is Keon doing okay? I see he's wearing sunglasses there in the studio. Don't think I've ever seen that before, or he's just went to Hollywood.
He got stung in the eye by a wasp.
Right in the goddamn eyeball right there.
Right there.
On my eyelid, to be fair. Not
right on his eyelid.
Right straight into his pupil. Right into his pupil.
Yep.
That's overselling it a little.
Wilbur says, Keon, I don't know how, I don't wish this on anybody, but if 1,000 wasps flew up to the groin of Jim Harbaugh and stung him, I would not lose any sleep over it.
Wow. 1,000?
I feel like that'd kill you.
I'm not going to lie to you. Yeah. You'd be
1,000?
dead. One is bad enough.
Wilbur's sending it right to the crotch, too.
To the crotch in particular. I don't think you need, I think 1,000 is overkill.
Fish Tank says, if you ask Jim Harbaugh if he would do it all over again to win a championship, he absolutely would. Seabass says, hey, Blender Boys, breaker. This is Seabass. Come in, Blender Boys. I'm on the road in Oklahoma listening to the show today. What a desolate place this is.
Well,
what's worse? You're on the road, Seabass. I contend that Missouri is one of the worst states in the entire union. Oklahoma is in the top 5. Where is the worst place you have experienced
Texas
in these United
Panhandle.
States?
Texas Panhandle.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. Texas.
There is nothing out there.
Rough Rob says NCAA is such a joke. Average Joe says, explain how Jim Tressel was suspended and Goodell said he would have suspended him if the team didn't. How is this different? Will it be different once the cheating investigation is done?
It's probably not going to be different. And the whole Jim Tressel thing, they owe Jim Tressel a massive apology because everything that he got in trouble for ultimately became legal. And they hit him harsher than they hit any other coach after him. Other coaches that committed similar violations didn't get crushed the way that Jim Tressel did. They made an example out of him. And then they didn't make an example out of anyone else who broke the rules in a similar way after that, which is crazy.
All right, I got to clear through these texts real fast before we go to break because when we come back, we've got Beat the Book with Dylan Cohen, and we're not going to talk about getting stung in the eyeballs.
God,
he's on the phone. So.
I don't recommend it.
Yeah. Bear Claw says, does that wasp spray work? I sprayed recently and wondered if it was safe to take the nest down yet. So here's what happens when you spray it. Read the directions. When you spray it, and once you know everybody's dead inside, mush. Just take a broomstick and just kind of
Mush it.
mush it. Make sure that everybody's dead in there. Here's the other thing. Some of them wasps may come flying back. They might be out of the house. So you want them to come back and land because then they immediately get the poison and die. So you spray it, leave it alone for a little bit, and then go smush it with a broom handle. Maybe hit it again if you really, Chief Skull says, in the eyeball, Mrs. Chief Skull's crying now. Yeah, you got to be careful. Ralph has crab, says level 1 aggravated. Yes, level 1 aggravated.
Sounds like something Moist One would get.
No, he says, sounds like the severity of the crabs on Ralph.
Oh,
he's not wrong.
Wow.
Fifth letter says, Keon, why don't you tell the truth? I bet that's the last time you speak bad about the Raiders to somebody. He showed us off air. It's a sting right in the damn eye.
It itches a lot, so it's got nothing to do with the Raiders.
Did you get the stinger out of it though?
Well, wasps don't leave a stinger, so.
Big Jake says Jeffrey saying the valley is not beautiful has not been in a mansion here in Paradise Valley with a view of Camelback. Ballin'.
I think that the Paradise Valley part of that is the mansion's doing a lot of work there, is what I'm saying.
Guess it's still a bunch of dirty desert. Listen, you think my house is a dump, Big Jake? Do you think the house I'm in is a dump? No. It's just we live in the dirty desert. That's all I'm saying. Rough Rob says gas will kill wasps, Keon. Light them on fire. Oh yeah, great. Then he sets the carport on fire. Great idea.
The carport and my washing machine and my dryer, just all of it, just up in smoke. Why not?
Not a good idea. All right, now we're going to take a break. We're going to get on with Beat the Book with Dylan Cohen, get some betting advice. He's been doing pretty good lately. Let's talk to him when we come back. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's action update on 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic. Get insights into the sports betting market with VSiN's betting splits. See where the money is and keep updated on how the market is reacting. Only at VSIN.com. Now, here are the latest lines from my guys in the desert.
The NFL season begins next month, and Joe Burrow of the Cincinnati Bengals and Aaron Rodgers of the New York Jets are both at plus 200 to win the NFL Comeback Player of the Year. Kirk Cousins, who signed a free agent deal with the Atlanta Falcons, is at plus 430 to win the award. Anthony Richardson, heading into his second season in the league for the Indianapolis Colts, is at plus 750. Nick Chubb, running back of the Cleveland Browns, plus 1,300 to win the Comeback Player of the Year. And New York Giants quarterback Daniel Jones is at plus 1,600. I'm Tony Desiri with your VSiN Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Westwood One Sports presents this special update on the 2024 Summer Games. The U.S. women's basketball team is now 2 wins away from an 8th straight gold medal. Team USA puts away Nigeria 88-74 in the quarterfinals. Asia Wilson with a double-double, 20 points and 11 rebounds. That's now 59 consecutive wins at the Olympics for the Americans. They face Australia in the semifinals on Friday. Team USA men's basketball will battle Nikola Jokic in Serbia in the semifinals tomorrow. Quincy Hall legs out gold in the men's 400 meters, the first American to win that race since LaShawn Merritt in 2008. And the women's golf tournament is underway. France's Celine Boutier rode the support at home to a 7 under 65. She leads by 3 over Ashley Buhai from South Africa. Defending Olympic champion Nelly Korda from the U.S. shot even par 72. She's 7 back. With this Summer Games update, I'm Ted Emmerich, Westwood One Sports.
This is the story of the One. As a maintenance engineer, he hears things differently. To the untrained ear, everything on his shop floor might sound fine, but he can hear gears grinding or a belt slipping. So he steps in to fix the problem at hand before it gets out of hand. And he knows Granger's got the right product he needs to get the job done, which is music to his ears. Call, click Granger.com, or just stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
Hi, welcome to Staples.
Yeah, my daughter needs a laptop for college, but I need to watch the budget.
Well, Staples hot deals on tech are backed by a price match guarantee, so our prices won't be beat.
Great. I can't believe my baby's starting college.
She'll do great.
I know.
Oh, let's get you a great deal on a laptop.
Save big on tech for school at Staples. Now get up to $300 off select PCs. Ends 8/24 price match guarantee valid within 14 days of purchase. Exclusions apply. For details, visit staples.com/price match.
Hi, welcome to Staples.
Yeah, my daughter needs a laptop for college, but I need to watch the budget.
Well, Staples hot deals on tech are backed by a price match guarantee, so our prices won't be beat.
Great. I can't believe my baby's starting college.
She'll do great.
I know.
Oh, let's get you a great deal on a laptop.
Save big on tech for school at Staples. Now get up to $300 off select PCs. Ends 8/24 price match guarantee valid within 14 days of purchase. Exclusions apply. For details, visit staples.com/price match. With the first pick. Now that the draft is in the books, it's that time of the season when the team gets together, to get acquainted. Summer means mini camp, OTAs, then pre-season. Keep yourself tuned to the station with all the insight, updates, and breaking news you need to know about the NFL offseason. If it's the NFL, we talk about it. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Today, Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Big Jake says, I'm going to tail Cohen in all his bets today. Let's hope he's got the sharp winners in his pocket today. And let's find out. It's time for Beat the Book with Dylan Cohen. Do you have the sharp winners in your pocket today?
It's a great day to tail my picks. We're focusing on the Olympic basketball tournament for tomorrow, and I'll be sure to get into those picks in just a minute. But I definitely consider basketball my specialty, so this would be the time to go ahead and visit 1580thefanatic.com. Click on that Beat the Book logo on the homepage and read up on the analysis and the picks I'm recommending. There are quite a bit of prop bets to consider for tomorrow's games. There's a long shot bet as well, incorporating a little baseball tonight and some basketball for tomorrow. But I wanted to just kind of recap some of those picks that we did hit on going back to Monday of this week. I had recommended in the Athletics and White Sox series on Monday to honestly just fade the White Sox whenever they're on the road. So in that matchup, I said to take the Athletics money line. And again, this is on Monday. So this was the game where the White Sox, had they lost, they would tie the American League record for the longest losing streak. And they did lose in that game. They got their 21st straight loss. So that was one that we won on with the Athletics money line. I then repeated that pick last night. So game 2 of that series. And I guess White Sox were not in the mood to make any history. They did end that losing streak, and they did manage to win 5-1 against the Athletics.
I just want to say, I hate to say, no, I don't. I don't hate. I love to. I told you so, not you, but yesterday when I told everybody what your bets were, I said, that's a dangerous team. The White Sox are a dangerous team because they've lost so many games. Eventually, they're just going to get pissed off and do something about it. They're like an injured animal. And I said, this is a dangerous bet. And I was right. I mean, they could have won and I could have been wrong, but I just was saying, this was a dangerous one.
I think, Jeffrey, the thing to worry about, and hey, Dylan, how you doing? It's Randy. I think the thing to worry about at this point, or not really worry about, but maybe the thing to think about is, will the White Sox be the most losing team in Major League history? They still have a shot at
history. In history, they got it?
In history.
Well, and particularly when it comes to the road games. So now that they won last night, they have 11 wins on the road this year. Keep in mind, the record for the least amount of wins on the road is 13. So they do have many road games remaining. It's possible that they can avoid that. But again, whenever you see the White Sox playing in a road matchup between now and the end of the regular baseball season, you have to go against the White Sox. The numbers are just too good to ignore. This team does not win on the road often. So anytime they have a road game, I'm going to be looking to play against them.
Randy, don't interrupt me next time when I'm trying to say, hey, I hate to say I told you so, but I'm telling you so. Don't interrupt me. I'm telling you so.
I do apologize.
I'm sorry. I know you so. Now
I know you hate
you cut into my telling you so.
I do apologize. I'm sorry.
All right. All right. What's his name? Dylan. Okay, Dylan. So let's.
Hey, Dylan, don't you think that? No, go ahead.
So, all right. Tell us about the Olympic basketball tomorrow. This is, the basketball is. We're getting into the serious level, right?
Oh, we're getting into the very serious level. And actually going back to Monday, one of those other picks that I had recommended, the game occurred yesterday morning. That was for France to cover the 7.5 point spread against Team Canada, who was undefeated in that matchup. And when I looked at that line, I honestly just felt like odds makers were overreacting to that bad loss that France had against Germany. Basketball in particular is a game where you can have a blooper like that and you can lose by 14 points and it's possible to make adjustments and come back in and play that same team again and beat them or do much, much better. So when we're looking at the picks for tomorrow to make, right now France is currently an underdog on the money line playing Germany in a rematch. And these are two teams that are very familiar with each other. Don't forget, they played 2 exhibition matchups prior to the Olympic game. This is going to be their 4th time playing each other in about the last 30 days or so. So with that in mind, France is coming off one of the, biggest upset wins of the tournament so far. And quite frankly, when you knock out a team comprised of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, RJ Barrett, Jamal Murray, Andrew Nembhard, Dylan Brooks, these are capable NBA players, Shai Gilgeous being the runner-up to the MVP. And France was able to come in there with a new strategy. They're bringing Rudy Gobert off the bench. They've got a stronger emphasis on defense. They dominated Canada, quite frankly. And there's absolutely no reason that they can't turn around and do the same thing again to Germany. Do not discount the home court advantage in this matchup. It wasn't so much apparent during the pool play, but if you paid attention during that Canada game, these French fans are nuts. They don't sit down. They bring air horns into the arena. They jump up and down like it's a soccer game. It is not a typical kind of crowd environment that you would get, if you're going to a, playoff NBA game. These guys take it to another level. So I love the conditions right now for France to come in and upset. Don't forget as well, for anyone that followed that France to win the silver gold medal betting strategy that I had recommended before the Olympics, this is it. We're at the final game right now. This one's for all the marbles. If France wins, that strategy is a winner, and you're going to profit, no matter what happens after that.
So the Frenchy French going to beat the angry Germans, and then you got your bet finally. So, all right, that's great. How about Team USA? When do they play? Are they playing tomorrow?
Team USA is playing tomorrow. The game is at noon. And if you do check out the analysis I gave on that one, I would caution you on betting a certain team to win or USA to cover a spread. I think this is a Serbian team that has been a little bit deceiving intentionally. There's actually been some commentary on this from some pretty prominent people. I read an article from Brian Windhorst where he speculated as much. But these teams have already played twice within the last couple of weeks. The U.S. has dominated the matchup so far, but this Serbian team is just not a team to sleep on. When you have a 3-time MVP in Nikola Jokic, who's arguably the greatest basketball player on the planet, you just can't ever count them out. So with that being said, I'm looking to play prop bets in this game more than trying to count on who's going to win or by how many points or whether the total's over or under. You can count on Nikola Jokic to just continue to be the anchor for this team. He's scored at least 20 points or more in 3 out of the 4 games he's played so far in the Olympics. The one game where he didn't get that much, it was against South Sudan, where Serbia was up 40, and he didn't even play in the second half, still managed 14 points. So you can count on Nikola Jokic to give it his all. I don't want people to, lose sight of the fact that other countries dream of beating Team USA. It's arguably a bigger accomplishment than winning the Olympics. So there's plenty of motivation on the Serbian side to come in and give it their all. But look for Nikola Jokic to do his thing. You can count on him for at least 20. I've got other prop bets to consider for him. He's going to rebound. He's going to assist. So those are things you can look to try and structure your bets around to beat the book tomorrow.
All right, so everybody wants to, read up on tomorrow's bets and take a look at the prop bet ideas and see his long shot. Go to 1580thefanatic.com, click on Beat the Book with Dylan Cohen. It's a graphic. It's on the right side. Just scroll down a little bit right there. Click on it. and you can read all of his reasoning and thinking and stuff about it. And of course, he'll recap all the same stuff he just talked about here. All right. Well, good luck tomorrow, Dylan, and we'll see you. We'll see how well you do. You're killing it this week.
I have one question though before Dylan goes away.
Of course, Randy. What's going on?
Is this game coming up the toughest game for the USA basketball team for the rest of the Olympics against Serbia? Because this will be the third time we faced them. Is this the toughest game the Americans have to face?
That's a great question. The term that Brian Windhorst used was, is Serbia playing possum? And I do buy into that school of thought. When you're going up a guy like Nikola Jokic, like I said before, I mean, he is arguably the greatest, player on the planet right now. If this Olympics was not taking place in France, then I would say this is for sure the most difficult matchup. But assuming France wins that game to advance to the gold medal round and U.S. has to go against the home team, France is getting a boost from being the host country. We're seeing it with how the officiating is being called. We're seeing it with how crazy these French fans get. So I still, obviously think USA is going to come out on top no matter who they play.
Right.
But when you're looking at what could be the toughest possible matchup, it would be USA in a gold medal game in France needing to beat France to win.
Okay. All right.
I think it's dangerous that you put so much into what that ESPN carb-loading son of a bitch says all the time, but okay. You want to listen to Windhorst. All right. You might want to check with Keelan.
Stuff. He's not someone to count out. But hey, at least I'm not coming in here, just following what Stephen A. Smith wants to do. I think that's a little bit dangerous.
You got to change the channel, dude. All right, that's Beat the Book with Dylan Cohen. Find all his stuff there at 1580fanatic.com. We'll see you tomorrow, Dylan.
Thanks, guys.
All right, we got to take a break. When we come back, more of the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Everybody's got a podcast these days. Comedy, politics, true crime, you name it. But how many actually teach you anything useful? Harman Solar has an entertaining podcast that is vital if you've been thinking about looking into solar, but you don't know where to start. Ralph and Ben explore the intricacies of utilities, equipment, processes, and more. Their primary objective is to educate and empower you to make informed decisions on your solar journey. So increase your knowledge, not your bills. Go check it out right now. It's the Harman Solar Podcast at harmansolar.com.
The light is fading, your hands are sore, and the last tool has been put away. Now is the time to feel the satisfaction that comes with a job well done. But when you get your tools from Harbor Freight, something about the job feels a little different. Your wallet. Because we believe that everyone deserves hardworking tools at hardworking prices. And that's what we have here. So, whatever you do, do it for less at Harbor Freight.
Hey everybody, it's Mark Asher back to tell you about my great friends at the Lund Mortgage Team. Did you know that the Lund Mortgage Team was founded back in 1999? That's right. They're celebrating 25 years in existence this year. And you know what you have to do to stay in business that long? You have to be good at what you do. And the Lund Mortgage Team is not just good, they are great. They have helped thousands of people save thousands of dollars over those 25 years here in the Valley of the Sun. They only lend in Arizona. And they're mortgage brokers, which means they can shop your rate around. They're not tied to just one set of rates. Mortgage rates can get crazy. They can get high. They can get low. There's good times to strike and there's times to stay on the sideline. Let the Lund Mortgage Team be your coach, be your team leader when it comes to these huge decisions. Call 623-875-9940. That's 623-875-9940, or you can always check them out at lundmortgage.com. Great website with all the tools you need. Call them today. They're my great friends, and you'll love them. It's the Lund Mortgage Team.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer, he hears things differently. To the untrained ear, everything on his shop floor might sound fine, but he can hear gears grinding or a belt slipping. So he steps in to fix the problem at hand before it gets out of hand. And he knows Grainger's got the right product he needs to get the job done, which is music to his ears. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Screen time's over.
Be home by 11?
Put your phone down while we're eating.
When parents set boundaries, keep track of where their kids go, and talk to them about the dangers of underage drinking and drugs, they keep their kids safe. Visit talknowaz.com. Be the influence. Talk early. Talk often. Talk now.
Thanks. Thank you.
Muchas gracias.
This message is sponsored by the Substance Abuse Coalition Leaders of Arizona.
1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Arizona's new home for sports.
Today's Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. So truck driver Seabass got back and says, because I asked him earlier, is Missouri the worst place in the United States of America? And he says, I would have to say the worst place to drive for truck drivers. That's not what I asked. I asked where the worst place is. He says the worst place to drive is around New York City. Well, that makes sense. He says not truck friendly at all. Horrible traffic, rude drivers. He says, I have nothing against Missouri. They have nice truck stops and beautiful scenery at the Ozarks. Okay. So where is the worst place? That's what I was really getting at, Seabass. The worst place. How about you, Keon? Worst place. Worst place you've been to.
Ooh, worst place.
Randy said Texas Panhandle.
Panhandle's rough. There's nothing there. There aren't houses. There aren't people. There aren't barns. Nothing. Whole lot of sand. I don't like Mississippi.
Mm-hmm. No, that's fair.
Just stopping in Mississippi is already just a bad idea. I've never, stopped for fast food, and you're like, I regret this already. Every exit was incredibly creepy and off. No, just don't like Mississippi. Can't stand it.
Yeah. Well, I say Missouri. You say Mississippi. He says the Texas Panhandle.
Panhandle's up there, though. It's
so, Seabass, truck driver guy, what do you think is the worst place? Not to drive, just the worst place. Big Jake says, I picked the White Sox on the narrative not to break all-time losing record last night and picked the A's on Monday. Winner, chicken dinner right there. Good for you, man. Big George says, that Staples commercial is so bad, it need to be played twice. The woman is so condescending. Oh, let's get you a laptop. Yeah, I know. I know. Anyway, what were we doing?
About the worst place we've ever been.
No, I know. I'm just waiting to hear from Seabass on that. We already talked about the White Sox snapping the AL record tying losing streak at 21. That already was done. Did we talk about Laurie Markkanen?
Laurie Markkanen.
Markkanen. There's a lot of he's got a lot of consonants in there that don't need to be in there, really. But anyway,
I think he meant to be a hockey player, but was too tall. And so he played basketball.
No, that checks out.
I could believe that. He's from Finland.
Laurie Markkanen, 5-year, $238 million with the Jazz. And he just said, I need more money. And how about 220 in new money? And they're like, oh, yeah, sure, we got that. And that's what they did. So now he's
with Utah.
Very greatly paid guy. So is he really the future face of the Utah Jazz, Keon? Is this the guy?
He is. The guy's a natural scorer of the basketball.
Well, yeah. There's only 3 guys his size who can play the way he plays, right?
I mean, I wouldn't say that. He's not, Wemby sized, I guess, but at 7 feet tall, he's got a very smooth game, athletic. Plays inside and outside, can knock down the 3 ball as well. Great passer. So he's young, and I think that's the other thing too, is just that it feels like the sky's the limit for him. And so the Jazz were really looking forward to trying to lock him down long term. They did shop him around, because if a team was going to give them every pick for him, then they're going to take that. But
here's what I meant.
Yeah.
Now there's only 3 7-footers ever who have scored 1,000 in 3-pointers in NBA history. Dirk Nowitzki, Channing Frye, and this guy.
Yeah. But I do think that, yeah. So when it comes to like the level that he's scoring at absolutely, it's a short list of people. But when you look at the NBA now and you see guys like Wemby and you see guys like Karl Anthony Towns, it's not insanely rare to have a center who can do those things. It's just he's so polished in the way that he does it, and it doesn't seem like he's close to being the best version of the player he's going to be yet. So there's just a lot to build around with him. And so the Jazz are trying to take advantage of an opportunity, getting traded a player who was pretty good when they got him, and he's elevated his game since he's been there. So they're just making sure that they have that guy for the long term.
Well, he's dangerous because he's a big guy, but who can also shoot. I mean, he's the only 7-footer to make 175 3-pointers in multiple seasons in all of the NBA history. And that's just him. He's all by himself in that stat. So he's a good shooter. So
yeah,
he doesn't have to go into the paint to hurt you. He can hurt you from anywhere.
Yeah, and you see what damage, like when you watch a guy like Jokic, what damage that could do when you think you've kept him away from his part of his spot on the floor, and his range is just bigger than what you're having to defend. It causes a nightmare matchup wise.
But don't you think he's just the what would I call it? Just a guy. He's like a franchise guy. In other words, they're going to hype him to get butts in seats, and that's about it. Because Utah doesn't have a chance of winning anything anytime soon, right? I mean, am I wrong here?
Anytime soon, but no, I think that they're building towards being competitive again and getting a guy that is a franchise guy, not just to put butts in seats, but someone that you can build a team around. Because being in the NBA, if you don't have one of the 15 best players in the league, you just don't have a chance.
So do you think he's one of the 15 best guys?
I don't think he is yet, but I think that's what they're betting on. And the way that his career has been trending, yeah, that seems to be where he's headed. He's averaging, 24 points a game over the last couple of seasons. And that's without any real help on that team. So now you start to put some other players around him, try and build around what he does best. You might actually have something here. And that's kind of the only other way to get talent outside of overpaying a veteran.
Let me tell you something right now. All of Utah would joygasm if he was converted to Mormonism. I mean, that would just be the thing right there. That's the only thing left. He'd be a made man in Utah.
He looks the part.
Mm-hmm. He absolutely does.
If you got him a very large 10-speed.
Yeah.
A large 10-speed.
He's 7 feet tall.
Oversized suit.
It would look like one of those old tiny bikes. It'd have to be so big.
Yeah, but I don't think this is just to put butts in seats. I think the Jazz want to build for their future.
So Seabass is back. He says, besides New York City, I'd have to say the worst place I've been in person to is Alabama or Arkansas. I lose some brain cells every time I step foot in those states.
Arkansas is horrific.
Yeah, it is.
I forgot about
Really?
Arkansas. Just genuinely forgot about it. It's just, I don't know.
That explains a lot about Bill Clinton, doesn't it? Wasn't he from Arkansas?
He was from Arkansas. And yes.
Fish Tank says, I stayed in Oklahoma City once, and it's safe to say I hope to never be back. No, Oklahoma City's bad too.
I know a lot of great people from Oklahoma. I have a lot of friends.
The people might be nice, but the place is a whole.
And that's the thing with Oklahoma. And the reason why I don't have Oklahoma up there on this list is because I do actually like the people.
Yeah, there's a lot of good people in Oklahoma.
Like Mississippi, how they feel about Oklahoma. They're like, we got to get the hell out of here.
They weren't living there when I met
See
them,
what I'm saying?
So, yeah.
See what I'm saying?
That's
Last Optimist says, time to lock down the pick'em pool. We have 69 participants. Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Well, there's 350 people that got re-invited to this one. So I think we're going to have to send that email out a couple more times to wake everybody up.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Rough, but hey, listen, the fewer people who are in there, the less
better chance you have
to win.
Yeah.
Rough Rob says Reno is terrible.
Reno, Nevada?
Never been there during the day. So I don't know if I could tell you what it's like during the day. So Charles Barkley, I know this is going to surprise a lot of people, but he talks a lot. He does. He always has something to say about something.
Yeah.
And so, here's the chain of events. The TNT thought they were going to get the NBA back. and then they didn't get the NBA back, and then they thought they were going to get the NBA back, and then they didn't get it back, and then now they're suing Adam Silver, and they're
really?
like, hey,
Okay.
you got to make good on our sort of attempt at matching. It's TNT's wrong, by the way.
Our sort of attempt.
Yeah,
TNT is just wrong.
We matched the number exactly, and
Uh-huh.
then Amazon was like, "We'll pay the
Yeah.
money up front," and TNT said, "We have a winner."
Yeah. So, there's a lot going on. And then Charles Barkley was like, oh, to hell with this. I'm retiring. And then later he's like, oh, wait, they're paying me $200. Just kidding. Not retiring. And now he's like, well, there's no way the TNT is going to win that lawsuit because Adam Silver's not going to lose that lawsuit. And then
Yeah.
he's saying that now it looks like that Inside the NBA could get rebranded after next year is over because they'll have to like Inside the Hockey, or Inside the Lacrosse, or Inside the what else?
But what does
they have over
Charles
there?
and Shaq and the Jet know about hockey, lacrosse, and or soccer or anything else?
Inside the college football? Nothing, not much. Some
Yeah.
I don't know what they have,
Mm-mm.
but they're a good crew. They're entertaining to watch, and they're
they're-
fun
they're-
and they're funny. But you're right as far as the expertise goes. And so they're like, well, no, it won't be Shaq and it won't be Charles for those things. We'll bring in experts for that sport. And the minute you ever tune in Inside the NBA and you're like, oh, look, the Shaq's not there, Charles not there. Click. I mean, that's the whole point of the show, man. It's the Inside the NBA, and these are the NBA players who, even if we don't agree with the stuff that they're saying. That's who we're tuning in for.
I don't see why they don't just carry it on, though. I'll be honest with you.
Because it turns into kind of like when HBO is like had an NFL show and you're like, if I think about it, I'll watch it.
Yeah,
but it's not connected to a game.
That's HBO. I mean, TNT is more like a channel than HBO. It was more like a.
Well, I'm just saying, if you don't have the games, it's
I
a
get
little
it.
harder to get people come to you
I get
for
it.
the analysis because they're watching the game. The game is over.
Well,
they turn off the TV.
Like us, I think they have to work hard.
So
I'm
yeah,
not doing that.
but they definitely it's not going to be just like an inside of each individual sport. I think they want to make a variety type show, so it's their thoughts on what are the news stories of the day kind of deal. So
Kind of like
it-
Good
it-
Morning Football.
So you expand it beyond the scope of the NBA is what they're
So
what they're
kind
saying.
of like Good
And
Morning
because
Football.
it's Charles. Charles has opinions on every
Oh,
damn
my
sport.
Big
God.
Jake says your bromance of Charles Chucky F is grotesque. What are you talking about? My
Well,
bromance. I don't.
He says you have a bromance with
You just
Charles,
can't
which
find the person
I mean,
entertaining.
I don't hear that, but
What did I
you
just
can't
say? I
find
just
an
said they don't
entertainer
always-
entertaining.
They don't always get everything right, but they're entertaining. I'm not saying he always is saying the right things about the games or the players or the situation.
In fact, it's usually more interesting when they don't, and
Yeah.
then they have to explain themselves, and
Or they
and-
fight about it.
Yeah, and that's funny too. It's entertaining.
I
That
don't
is
know what
the
the problem is
what
with
is-
Chuck.
What is Kenny the Jet going to do? I mean, all he knows is
Oh, yeah.
basketball.
No, see,
what's he
that's-
going to
yeah.
do?
They got to keep that showing, or he's homeless. I mean,
He's going to be out. I mean, Shaq
Oh,
and
no.
Chuck might be able to talk about other things.
That's the only money he makes. I
but
mean,
Kenny the Jet, I mean,
Fish Tank says it's the View with Shaq and Charles.
But that would be more interesting than the View.
How would I know? I've never watched
I
the
mean,
View.
I mean, it's
haven't
just
watched
it's a
it.
panel of women. They sit there, they talk about things.
well, I mean, so is Inside the NBA panel of women. So
Oh, stop it!
what? Did I
Ernie's-
say that out
Ernie,
loud?
Ernie
I'm
is
sorry.
no woman.
No, Ernie's a man.
Not
No,
with a
he-
bow tie like that.
He is a man. You better believe it. But
What
Shaq
did-
and Charles.
So what did I miss? What do people have against Charles Barkley?
I don't know.
Well, I think Charles is just very outspoken. You know, he's very opinionated, and I think people either agree with him. People either love him or hate him.
That's the name of the game in
Well, I
show
know,
business. You
I know,
like that.
but most people love Shaq because he's Shaq, and he's just kind of goofy, and he does goofy things, and they don't really mind when he gets serious about basketball. But I mean, Chuck, everybody's like, Well, he's stupid. You know what I mean? It's like he's like a bad ice cream cone. You know, where he's it looks good on the outside, but on the inside it's kind of hollow. And
So you're attracted to him?
no,
Like you say, he looks good on the outside.
no. Are you kidding me?
I don't
Really?
know. I mean, I'm just asking.
Really?
Seem
What
to,
kind of nasty things are you trying to spread now about me? Really?
Nothing new. I just,
Look,
you know,
I've been to prison, Jack, and
Oh, I-
I've come back a new person,
I bet
and
you
I'm
did.
no longer afraid of you.
I think there's probably new parts of you now.
What?
What? All right, listen, we're gonna have to pick this up in the next hour because
I've been to prison, you know.
officially over.
I will come and visit you.
Promises. It's the Daily
Yeah.
Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Bring flowers to your gravesite.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer whenever I want?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. 94% of Sleep Number smart sleepers report better sleep. JD Power ranks Sleep Number #1 in customer satisfaction with mattresses purchased in store. And now, during our biggest sale of the year, save 50% on the Sleep Number limited edition smart bed. Limited time. For JD Power 2023 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
Just like the dedication of Olympic athletes, SelectQuote has been committed to helping families protect their future for nearly 40 years. Their experienced, licensed insurance agents do all the heavy lifting, getting you quotes from multiple highly rated carriers in just minutes. I turned to SelectQuote to secure our coverage and couldn't believe how easy and affordable it was. I'm 40 and my $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. My wife's also 40 and her $500,000 policy was only $16 a month. Plus, with their same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. Take home the gold by protecting your family's future with SelectQuote. Some policies are less than $1 a day.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-880-7474. That's 1-800-880-7474. Or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's 1-800-880-7474. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
JD Hayworth here, and the road to feeling better leads to my good friends Dr. William and Ava Gaspar at Beehive IV Wellness in Chandler. With both licensed nurses and physicians on staff by appointment or walk-in, Beehive IV Wellness takes a holistic, naturopathic approach that helps your body with self-healing. All of today's popular treatments are available at Beehive Wellness, from IV hydration to joint injections, even popular semaglutide for weight loss. If you haven't tried IV treatment, you're missing out on your chance to really get healthy. So look them up, make an appointment, or simply walk into Beehive IV Wellness at their Chandler Clinic, where you always get a free initial consultation. Mention me, JD Hayworth, get half off your first treatment. Search Beehive IV Wellness on your mobile phone. You'll thrive with Beehive.
Celebrating 30 years of AmeriCorps looks like building lifetime change makers in Arizona communities. From serving children alongside First Things First to Executive Director of Prevent Child Abuse Arizona. From the Pinal County Sheriff's Office to the Governor's Office, serving with AmeriCorps today creates limitless potential for every new member to lead Arizona tomorrow. Where will AmeriCorps take you? Join the movement by signing up at serve.az.gov. This message is sponsored by the Governor's Office of Youth, Faith, and Family.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K257CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240 EU Mountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down.
Because it's time.
for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
I'm sorry, it wasn't about the show. That was about the Diamondbacks. They just won the second game in the doubleheader, and that puts them now in the lead in the wild card. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. 5-3 over the Guardians in this game. I think it was 7-3 over the Guardians in the other game. I don't know what the actual scores are, but it doesn't matter. Diamondbacks won and have swept the Guardians.
So
All
they
that
swept
matters.
them.
Swept
Wow.
them. Swept
Okay.
them good.
All right, that's good. Excellent. Yeah.
So now there you
go. First place in the wild card. We'll see how long it lasts, and it would be great to see them.
Well, there's 47 games to go. 47.
Yeah.
And remember, ladies and gentlemen, the Diamondbacks went all the way to the World Series, being the third wild card last year.
Oh, they need to lose some games then. They got to get back to that
They were
third
the
spot.
Third wild card last year, and they went all the way to the World Series, having beat the Braves, they beat the Phillies, and they beat the Los Angeles Dodgers. Swept the Dodgers, by the way.
Yep.
On their way to the World Series.
Big George says Kettle Metal is hot. Well, so it's not just him, though. There's a lot of the bats are just swinging. Jock Peterson's paying some dividends himself.
Oh, my God. What a pickup Jock Peterson has been for the Diamondbacks. And how about Bell? How about Bell?
Yeah, Josh Bell.
Coming in. Josh Bell coming in instead of having Christian Walker at first base, you got Josh Bell, and he comes in and he hit home runs. He's got 4 or 5 home runs since he's arrived here in Phoenix. Good for him.
Yeah.
Geraldo
Perdomo's got a home run.
Hey,
Corbin
how about
Carroll
that?
has a home run. Kettle Metal has a home run.
Merrill Kelly pitched last night, I believe, in single A, a 65 pitch game, and he should be back soon. Erod is going to be pitching this weekend. The Diamondbacks are starting to turn it on when they need to turn it on. Zach Gallen doing well. Brandon Pfaadt doing well.
Fat Brandon. Yeah, and the puke guy, he's not doing so bad either.
Puck.
All right. Aiton's Army says Diamondbacks can win the division if they keep playing like this.
Well, I don't
Pump the brakes.
I don't think they're going to win the division, but I think they're going to certainly give the Dodgers a scare if the Dodgers don't get healthy. Dodgers have Mookie Betts coming back this week. They're starting to get healthy, and I would expect the Dodgers to play some good baseball here coming down the stretch. But with less than 50 games to play, the Diamondbacks are where they need to be, and they're doing what they need to do, winning and moving on to the next series. So congratulations to the Diamondbacks.
By the way, I've decided I'm going to start reading angry Texans texts like Yosemite Sam. I hate everything with Texas. Yeah, he says, who just insulted Jeffrey's bromance with Charles Barkley? I like Charles Barkley. I take offense to any degradation of Charles Barkley. Yeah, well, thanks, Angry
Didn't
Texan.
sound anything like
well, I
Yosemite
haven't done that voice in a long time. And then as I started to do it, I realized that it's going to tear my throat up if I do that too much.
I can see that. Yeah.
So I can do a
Keon
spot
should do that.
on. I can do a spot
I
on
know you
Yosemite
can.
Sam.
Yeah,
I'm going to do him Yosemite Sam light, if that's all right.
I think you should. Yeah.
Big Jake says Charles Barkley is a pathetic human being and isn't even good at analyzing basketball. Isn't funny and dumb as the wall. Well, he's a pathetic human being who does a lot of charity you never hear about. Why? Because he's not the kind of guy who videotapes him while he's doing charity. He just does it, and he does it well, and he does a lot of it.
And Charles Barkley, you can ask any NBA fan that's ever run into him. He will take the time and talk to you, no matter how busy he is. So you may
Unless
not
he's
like
in a
the
club.
guy. You may think that he's
unless
dumb.
he's in
Though
a
I
club.
happen to think that that's more the drawl from where he's from. I don't think Charles Barkley is a stupid person at all. But to say that he's a horrible human being, nobody that's ever encountered Charles Barkley has ever said that, except for that one guy he threw out of a window.
Well,
and
you
that dude
did
had
throw,
it.
but that guy had it coming. Are you the guy he threw out the window?
You would have.
Jake?
Well, that's true. Because then that makes sense. So you're a little biased, so we
Outside
would
of that,
understand.
Where did Charles hurt you? Show us in the puppet, because I don't understand why you're coming at Charles Barkley like that. The Jet says, "Hi, gentlemen. Are we doing the fan pick'em this year? I was on the website today, and all I could find was a link to the fantasy football. What? What are you
Fan
talking
pick'em.
about?
Yeah, we're doing it.
It's right there. It's like the top of the damn page, man.
Sponsored by Harmon Solar. Yeah.
Let's see.
It says NFL fan pick'em, unless
I already had the
something
page
happened to
open
it.
right here. Let's go ahead and
Yeah, it's right there, right on the top, as bold as can be.
I can't.
It's in the top right,
win.
underneath the border that has all the little tabs.
Okay,
in the top
Jet,
right corner, it's right there.
First off, Jet, there is no link to the fantasy football thing on 1580 The Fanatic. What you see on the front page, on the big part on the left, the 2024 NFL Fan Pick'em contest is back, and it has a link with the password. It tells you how you'll win $1,580 for first place, and we're going to have some weekly prizes coming up here soon. And then on the right, all you see is Monday night, Thursday night, Sunday night football, only on 1580 The Fanatic. So that's what's on the site. So I don't know what the hell you're talking about, man.
Including playoffs and Super Bowl 59.
Does it say that? No, it doesn't say that yet.
No.
Anyway, so Jet, shake the Etch-a-Sketch that is your brain and go back and click on that thing so you can get into the picks contest.
So
right there at the top of the page.
I could not have made it more easy for people.
So Keon and Jeffrey, let me ask you, Super Bowl 59, Las Vegas. Are you guys going to try to get tickets?
No.
Neither one of you.
No.
Why would I do that?
A chance to go to the Super Bowl?
I got bills to pay.
If you say that there's a game I can participate in for a chance to go to the Super Bowl, sure. If you're saying I have to reach into my own pockets,
what
and
if the
pay to go?
Commandos? What if the Commandos?
Oh hell no!
You're not going?
No.
If the Commando?
Because
What
I
if
want to
Colts
see
go?
the whole thing clearly.
What if-
the
what if
best
the
seat on
Colts
my
go?
TV.
What if the Colts go, Jeffrey?
Yeah, I'll probably watch it at home.
All right.
I don't need to be in the building. You know what a Super Bowl
Best seat
ticket costs.
in the world is your
much
own
less a
living
Super
room.
Bowl
I
ticket
agree with
to
you. 110%. And I would do the same thing.
to the Death Star.
I wanted to know what you guys would do.
No,
but
man.
I mean, it's in Vegas.
So here's the thing.
It's
You got to
the
ask me these
atmosphere.
questions pre or post winning a lottery. Because if I had won the lottery,
No, I wouldn't
very
even go
different
if I won the
conversation.
lottery.
Because
No,
now
I'd
I'm
have
getting
a
good
suite.
seats. Yeah,
you know, Taylor Swift would be knocking on the door, and my wife would be like, "I'm sorry, we don't have room."
No.
And that'd be the end of it. We wouldn't even let Taylor Swift in our
If
suite.
I won the lottery, I'm not going to the damn Super Bowl. I'll tell you that much.
Okay, well, what if I invite you into my suite?
Well, then, okay.
You
I'll
cheap
go.
bastard. You wouldn't, even if you won the. Okay.
See, I would invite you guys. If I had a suite at the Super Bowl, I would invite you guys.
he just wouldn't have a suite at
He
the Super
wouldn't.
Bowl.
You guys
just
would.
said you
You
would
guys
never
would
pay
come
for
with
it.
me.
You
You
said
guys
you
would
wouldn't
come
pay
with
for
me,
it.
and
You
you wouldn't
cheap
have to
bastard.
pay for anything.
Yeah. Well, okay. So
I would take care of you if
Let's
I won
make a
the if I
pact.
won the lottery.
let's make a pact.
You guys would come to the Super Bowl with me. Then you never see me again.
Let's make a pact. If any one of the three of us wins the lottery, they buy a suite for the Super Bowl, and then we all get to go.
All right,
Okay,
I'm in.
That's a deal.
that sounds fair. Yeah,
It's legally
you-
and binding.
I mean, except for Jeffrey, Keon, I love you, but Jeffrey, I've been around Jeffrey much longer. You can come and visit to the compound, but you got to get through Jeffrey first. If I win the lottery,
So you're saying is I got to bring Keon with me to get into your house?
I've got to be your +1. I can't.
no, I mean, I think that Keon can come and visit anytime he wants to at the house.
Mhm.
You won't shoot him, and vice versa. If
Why-
you win the
why would I
lottery,
shoot Keon?
I won't shoot Keon either. I'll just bring him in. We'll have fun, a nice day, and then
I think our
we'll-
pact needs to include a no shooting anybody clause.
we're not going to shoot each other. No, never.
The fact you even thought you needed to bring it up makes me a little concerned about.
No,
little
no.
worried. Yeah,
But other than that, I have a crossbow and or a shotgun and or an AR.
I feel like those are
Uh,
all right out.
If
Just
for anybody
off the
that wants
table.
to try to come onto my property without my knowledge.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
I'd call first. I mean,
Yeah.
Well, you need to call.
yeah.
And you'll always have my number, Keon. Always.
I'm a
I don't-
millennial. I definitely don't want anybody showing up at my house
you
without
will
any.
always have
Yeah.
my number, Keon.
Yeah, don't even call me on the phone. You just text me.
Yeah, just let me know, and then.
And I'll
we're
call
good.
down to the guard shack and Jeffrey, Keon's coming by.
So you got to treat Randy like you would a bear. Yeah, you put some rocks in a can, and as you walk down the driveway, you're shaking
yeah,
it so you
yeah,
don't
yeah.
you don't
Don't
scare
startle.
him.
Yeah.
Otherwise, yeah.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
I really hope Randy is not the one that wins it.
Mm.
Just feel like that's.
Yeah,
I don't
just-
want to have to buy a Kevlar vest.
Miss
Or-
Kim and
or-
I are going to win the lottery.
Have
I
a-
just want you guys to know right now.
have a
That's
crossbow medically removed from my abdomen because
Mhm. The
Yeah,
jet
it
says.
won't be a crossbow.
The jet
Oh,
says,
well.
"Damn, calm down, Karen. I might have been on the wrong site." Well, then it makes you a dope.
but wait, if
Who's he calling?
I
a
just
Karen?
no, you don't get to call names here. You're listening to 1580 The Fanatic. How did you screw up getting to 1580thefanatic.com?
Yeah,
that's a good point.
I just
and then how did you find the fantasy clicker?
Yeah,
I just don't understand that either.
No, you don't get to call anybody anything, man. Just take your L and move on. That's silly.
Fish Tank says, if the name of the game is getting people how did Skip and Shannon get a show? I have yet to meet a single person who liked either of those guys.
Who? No, the name of the game is to have a strong opinion. That's why those guys were successful.
That's a long name for a game.
You have a strong opinion. I had a mentor that told me when he was teaching me, the showing me the ropes in radio. It was just like, hey, look, you bring two things to the station every day: your headphones and your opinions. And if you don't have anything that are interesting, leave them at home. And that's what this is. And that's why Charles Barkley has had the success that he's had. He's very strongly opinionated, and he doesn't actually care what you think, and it makes people watch.
No. Rough Rob says, still, Diamondbacks are 3.5 games back of the Dodgers. And?
Well, we're 3.5 back of the Dodgers. Who cares? We won 2 games today. Now we're a half a game ahead of the Padres in the wild card race.
I think
we're a full game ahead.
Are we a full game?
I think we are.
At least one ahead. But
I thought they won last night. I thought we were a half game behind. And then by winning 2 today, we were a half game ahead.
I said what I said.
Don't dwell in the moment too much. But at the same time, if you're a Diamondbacks fan and you're feeling a little bit smug from all the Dodger fans and all of the media who said preseason, Dodgers are running away with this division. It's not even going to be close. They're winning it by double digits, et cetera, et cetera. If you're a Diamondbacks fan looking at 3.5 games right now, you got to feel a little good.
So right now, Diamondbacks are a game and a half ahead of everybody in the wild card standings.
In the wild card, really?
That is correct.
Wow.
And as far as let's see,
Snakes
with the Doyers, they are still 3.5 games back. But
let's go Snakes.
We'll see what happens. Aiton's Army says Diamondbacks 4-game series at home against the Dodgers at the end of the month is going to be huge. Yes,
it's going to be big. Yeah.
Yeah, again, I don't know if Ralph will come around, and then when the Diamondbacks start winning, he'll mysteriously be too busy.
Won't be able to find him.
Moist One says, remember Charles was hitting on his girl.
Who?
On Big Jake's girl? When did that happen? Big George says, Randy, I'll go to the Super Bowl in Vegas with you to watch the Cardinals defeat the Kansas City Chiefs. That's happening.
There we go.
Harry Soap says, guys, Super Bowl's in New Orleans. Oh. Well, I mean, we could still go to Vegas for the Super Bowl. It won't be there when we get there.
I have friends in New Orleans. I can go there. I just have to figure out a way to get into the Super Bowl, which I can do because I'm in the industry.
Mm-hmm.
So
you're so in the industry, you didn't even know where the damn Super Bowl was.
You're damn right.
You are not a reliable witness at this point.
What? Oh, no. That's what they said to me at my court hearing.
Not supposed to talk about it. Swazman says, remember, I was born on Super Bowl Sunday, Super Bowl number 2, Raiders versus Green Bay in Miami. He says, so can I get in on this? Like, if I win the lottery deal, I'll buy us a suite for Super Bowl. And if I can get the invite, if you guys win.
Okay.
This is going to be, see here, we got to be careful. This list might get
too long. You can't expand the pack to like 17.
That's Swazman.
Yeah.
He's cool, but
Swazman. Oh, it's Swazman could come.
You get kind of crowded in there.
Swazman could come. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
As long as you promise not to let Taylor Swift in the suite. As much as she's sitting there crying, whatever, no. Irish for me says, your thoughts about Notre Dame? None today. Check tomorrow. 888-368-1580. Let's talk a little bit about the Olympics. Here's something that I saw LeBron James get poked in the eye. There's no hard feelings. It was completely accidental. So, and even the guy who poked him in the eye stood there for a while trying to say, hey, man, I'm sorry about that. Of course, LeBron wouldn't even look him in the eye. Well, because he had towel over his eye. Yeah. And it turns out he needed 4 stitches.
Oh, my.
I didn't see any blood. I didn't see this big gusher of an eye cut. So I was surprised to hear that.
The guy had long fingernails. Got him.
Well, they don't have to be long.
Kind of like that.
They just if you get to like the little corner of your nail, it doesn't have to be long.
He's got to have long fingernails, and he got him.
I don't think that was on purpose.
Yeah, it was.
Are you trying to insinuate that the guy from Brazil had a coke finger?
You're damn right, I do. Yeah.
I don't.
He used that
is
finger.
a horrible allegation.
He used that finger to snort the cocaine. Yeah.
Well, I think they're all tested. I'm pretty sure he's not
Yeah,
snorting cocaine.
don't know that you're going to be in the Olympics if you're doing all that during the Olympics.
He got him right there.
Yeah.
Without being tested, you might run pretty fast till your heart explodes.
I'm telling you right now. That's how he got him.
It was not on purpose.
I don't think so, but I don't think it has to be
Keon.
Visibly all
And
that
it wasn't
bad
a coke finger.
for
Keon.
4 stitches.
Come on.
I didn't see any
You
blood.
know.
I don't think that it.
He doesn't
They-
know.
No, I
had
really don't.
a wasp attack your eye. Come on. The guy from Brazil got him.
No, I don't. A
I just
wasp
got
and a
LeBron.
Brazilian are not the same person. I just
It's probably like a pinky finger. And he
You
had
think
it.
it was like a little
was too,
pinky,
too long. Oh,
little
yeah.
switchblade came out of his fingernail?
Oh, yeah. No. He had a long pinky finger. And that's
Just a-
that's the one where he scoops up. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You know what? You're wrong. That's the guys from Colombia. It's not the guys from Brazil. That's the guys from Colombia.
So Brazil uses a different finger or what?
No, this was just a complete accident.
So I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, you got to think these things through before you start accusing people of stuff, Randy.
You're right, Jeffrey.
People have been poked in the eye before. It's happened.
Sorry.
It's a total Colombian move.
I've
It's not a
never
Brazilian
had 4
move.
stitches being poked in the eye, though.
The Brazilian move is the next thing you know, he's pulled off all your pubic hair. That's a Brazilian move.
Oh my God! You mean with
That's-
the tape?
Can I just
With
tell
the
you right
tape?
now? That
Oh.
is a real reason for LeBron to have flopped.
Well, that
'Cause
and
I
then-
imagine
and
that
that's-
would hurt.
That's
I think
why
there would
the
have been more screaming.
American
Why?
Olympic team has been sponsored by that Joe Landscaper. What do you call that? That barber thing you turn on and
The
you
man, the
landscape down there?
lawnmower.
Oh my
Yeah.
God! Yeah.
I ain't putting anything called a lawnmower near my stuff.
That's what I always thought. Just that it was very unfortunately named.
Probably
It's
a
just
bad
called
the
the
last thing you
manscaper.
want there.
No,
All right,
you don't
listen.
want the landscaper. You want the manscape.
So we got to take a break. What we got to do is take a break. And when we come back, we got more Olympic type stuff to talk about and more of the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated in the best hearing aids of 2024 by USA Today, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices. Just $189.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aids.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 500,000 happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Hi, guys. Jeffrey O'Brien here. Have you ever gone to HarmonSolar.com? Well, you really need to, because everything you ever wanted to know about how solar power can save you big on your monthly electric bill is right there. It's online. Through your phone or through your computer, you can learn about tax credits, the equipment they use, look at how they do things for businesses as well as homeowners, see testimonials from happy customers, and I hear they got a pretty good podcast too. Check it out. Go to HarmonSolar.com. That's HarmonSolar.com.
At Desert Wholesale Diamond, we pride ourselves on providing top-tier quality, unmatchable prices, and excellent service. I'm Diamond Dave, and my track record in the diamond industry dates back 4 generations. I've eliminated the traditional middlemen, providing you with direct access to wholesale markets.
I'm Jada Cantor, and we offer you the best diamond buying journey of your life. With 3 wholesale offices and a dedicated production team, we make it easy for you to buy diamonds at unbeatable wholesale prices.
Our 34 years of industry leadership proves our dedication. and we continue to lead the way in all areas, particularly in lab-grown diamonds.
Save yourself from paying retail. Experience the most pleasant diamond buying experience ever. Meet Diamond Dave and his team, who are all waiting to assist you with your wholesale diamond purchase.
Call Diamond Dave at 480-397-2450, 480-397-2450, or follow him on Instagram at Diamond Dave Cantor. That's at Diamond Dave, Kantor.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Ken Barkley here, reminding you to check out You Better You Bet. Why, you ask? Well, because we bring the fun, the insight, and all the wagertainment you need. Plus, hopefully, we win a couple bets along the way. From up-to-the-minute breakdowns of backdoor covers, bad beats, and the cheers and tears that come with them, obviously. Plus, betting analysis from some of the best minds in the sports wagering world. Join myself and Nick Costos and tune into You Better You Bet. Weekdays from noon to 3 on Arizona's sports betting station 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic.
Today's Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. I don't know what Rough Rob is trying to say. He says, hey, man, it's out your system in 2 days. Don't hate, Keon.
What?
Cocaine.
Is that true?
Cocaine's out of your system in 2 days?
I don't think that's true. I mean, how would I know?
I
I've
don't
never
know
tried
either.
to beat that drug test, so. And I also don't do cocaine or any drugs unless you want to count the blood pressure medication.
Keon.
Why do you assume Keon does
why?
cocaine?
Well, he asked Keon.
Yeah, because I was the one that said I'm pretty sure during the Olympics you can't get in. That's a drug test that you're not going to beat.
They test you for that stuff.
It's out of your system in 2 days.
According to Rough Rob.
Yeah, which
I mean, Rough Rob, are you driving a gas truck? And
I don't think he said that.
Are you snorting cocaine at the same time?
Oh, yeah, he did say that.
And
You're right. He did say that.
The Goog says 3 to 5 days. So,
Rough Rob, is that what you're doing?
I guess there's
Are
some,
you,
there's
are
some
you
truth
telling
to that.
us that right now, Rough Rob? Really?
I wish I didn't know this. There's a cocaine crazed fuel truck driver
Well, I
going
don't
through the
think he's
streets of Phoenix
crazed.
right now.
I don't know that he's crazed. He's listening to this show.
Just turned into a Tarantino flick right now.
Oh, come on now.
Jesus. Anyway, so we were talking about the Olympics and the Team USA and all that stuff. And Devin Booker was talking about how Kevin Durant made Team USA history, becoming the official all-time leading Olympic scorer in USA basketball history.
How about that?
And so he says, that's Captain American status right there. And so they're like, oh, you would call him Captain America. That ain't bad. Kevin Durant?
But I mean, Kevin Durant said, records are made to be broken.
Yeah, but that's not, we're not talking about that. I mean, sure, the record can be broken, but
yeah,
I'm talking about calling him Captain America.
No,
that ain't bad.
That's not for Kevin Durant.
Why not?
He's been a team captain of Team USA, and he represents America.
I mean, Keon,
Captain
come on.
America.
And he
Keon,
broke the record while representing
Kevin
America.
Durant is very low key. The guy that would be
Who
Captain
said
America.
Captain America was? I mean, look at how boring Steve Rogers was.
No, see, I think this would.
He was a dweeb.
I think this would piss off LeBron James because he wants to be Captain America, and I think Anthony Edwards he wants to be Captain America.
They don't have the record, so
And
they're not
I
Captain
think that,
America.
Kevin Durant has the all-time highest points.
I think Kevin Durant would be just. I'm okay. Just let me do my thing. And
well, you don't get to choose your nickname, and I like calling him Captain America. It's either that or we call him the Mantis.
Well, no.
So then it's got to be Captain America.
No, I don't think he likes.
He does like the Slim Reaper, but it took him a
Oh,
while.
Slim Reaper is awesome.
It took a while for that to grow on him.
I heard he didn't like this.
Doesn't he use that as his
he
Twitter?
He said that recently that it's grown on him and that he feels like he's finally earned it. He just didn't feel like he earned it before, which is crazy because he has always been that. But sure.
No, I'll be honest with you. I don't think he's comfortable with Captain America.
Well, let him speak for himself, Randy. Let's call him Captain America until he complains.
And
I don't need to let him speak for himself. I've been
I think
authorized.
you do.
I've been authorized to speak for him.
I don't
Let's see the papers.
I don't
He
think
told
so.
me
Show me your
before he
papers.
left- Well,
you're going to need to provide evidence of this, sir. We're just not going to
While
take
you're
your
looking-
word for it.
There you go.
Uh-huh.
There it
It's
is.
just
There's
what
the
is on
paper
that
right
sheet of
there.
paper.
was
There
not
it is.
Just
That's
you
right
just
there.
grabbed a sheet
That's
of paper
Kevin
from
power
Durant
bill.
saying
Pretty sure that was
that
on
I
your
get
desk.
to, it might be the power bill, but it's Kevin Durant saying
No, he
that
didn't.
I could. He signed it, and
I doubt this.
He said I could speak for him.
Press X to doubt.
King of Kitten says in the new basketball video game, LeBron is known as Captain America. Really?
That's so dumb.
That's dumb as
LeBron
hell.
is known in the basketball game.
I don't believe you. Big George says yesterday was not a good day for all the Devin Booker haters like Donnie. Devin Booker was the leading scorer against Brazil. Haters gonna hate because they're just jealous. Listen, there's nothing we need to say about Donnie. I think the most telling thing was what Donnie texted him himself when he was talking about fantasy football. And he says, "Hey, can I be in a new league? Because 3 of the guys in the league I'm in have blocked me already."
Well, that's
that right there. That at what point does it be like, obvious, Donnie, that you need to take a little time and work on Donnie? You know
what they say, you make your own hell.
Do you think that it's normal that people block somebody as much as you get blocked? Do you think that's a normal thing? I can't remember the last time somebody had to block me from anything. And I'm obnoxious as hell over here.
I've been on Twitter for like 10 years. I've been blocked by one person.
I'm not on
really?
social
Who's it?
media.
Nobody important. Just
Nobody blocked me.
Just some person. But they let me know they were blocking me is how I know that they blocked me.
I always wondered if he says, "Hey, I'm blocking you," and then you block them. Do they still see that you said I'm blocking you? Because then how can they know? You know what I'm saying? You don't get the last word, I think.
Yeah.
Because it disappears, doesn't it?
That's why I like to mute people. Because then I can't see anything that you're
You
saying.
mute them or you block them.
I mute people. So I get the last word as far as I'm concerned.
Did you mute me?
No.
You wouldn't tell me anyways.
I responded.
you
I
did.
responded to you the other day. You
No, I
tweeted
think
something,
you
and
did.
Oh, I didn't see it because I've muted you.
Oh,
sorry.
That's very hurtful. I would
Uh,
never do that for you.
Average Joe says LeBron's name is Captain Complains. That's not bad. That's not bad.
Captain Flop.
Hefty Lefty says, was that an LA Noir reference, Keon? Respect.
It is. It's a fun game.
What the hell's that?
What?
It's a game where you play a detective and you do the whole interview thing, interview people and like they've got all of the the actors in the game. They have all of the stuff on their face so that when the video game character is actually lying to you, they're going to make certain faces and you have to figure out whether or not they're lying or tell the truth.
Do they look like a zebra?
They don't. You are a detective interviewing human beings. So no.
Zebra. Silver Pop says, Jeffrey, since KD has always been accused of title chasing, do you think if Team USA fails at grabbing a gold medal, the next time the Olympics come around, he'll take another country's citizenship to chase another gold medal?
My next chapter,
He's not the only one. Let's just say that. He's not the only one. The Jet says, hey, Jeffrey, I blocked you on text messages. We should explain why you've never texted me. The Jet is just brilliant.
Yeah.
George says, Keon probably muted me for all the times I've tagged him and things. I'm sorry, Keon.
No, I've never muted you. I've threatened to mute you on 2 occasions when I got
caught
caught
off
up in your
social
Wordle threads.
media
But
just because George kept including me on this.
One more goddamn Wordle invite, and that's it for you, George.
But he stopped that, and so I have not muted Big George.
That's why I got off the social media. Mm-hmm.
Swazman says, good ones. How about Captain LaFlop in Complain? Yeah, it's a little, it's too much for the mouth.
Yeah,
a little bit much for the mouth.
I like
the first
Captain
one was
Complain.
Yeah, that's catchier.
So Snoop Dogg, it looks like he's having the time of his life at the Summer Olympics, doesn't he? And every time you turn around, there's Snoop Dogg doing his Snoop Dogg thing. And it looks like he's having so much fun. It's like, you got to remember, he's actually working. And we know that he's getting paid because we found out that NBC is paying him $500,000 a day to be a correspondent. He's probably the highest paid correspondent that they've ever had.
He's also the highest correspondent that they've ever had. But
and I don't know why bonuses are included in this, but if you include bonuses, he'll get $15 million for his time in Paris. When he's just out there screwing around.
Well, why go to school for broadcast journalism when you could just be a rapper who's known for doing drugs all the time and then get paid. How much did you say?
Doing drugs
$15 million
and-
or $500,000 a day.
calling
with
to kill police
Randy.
officers. Yeah.
I was trying to talk to you, man.
I'm sorry.
It's $500,000 a day plus, for bonuses, $15 million. That's how much money he's making. It's almost as much as Randy.
Just had student loan debt to do the thing that Snoop Dogg is just doing for fun, just as a side gig.
He has no student loan debt. That's what. See, that's the thing. You feel like you were making $15 million if you didn't have all the student loan debt.
I mean, I would, but even then, I am noticeably still not making 15 million.
Yeah, here's what he's doing different than you. He says, I'm doing the things that I do to politically stay correct and just being Snoop Dogg. That's what I know how to do the best. So yeah, 15 million, $500,000 a day. That means his salary is almost as high as he is.
And that's saying a lot because he's
very high, all the
very
time.
high. Yeah, just
crazy. And then yes, Big George, Colin, how do you say it? Jost, Mr. Scarlett Johansson,
Colin Yost.
He ripped his feet open on some what was it? Some coral reef.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. I don't know if you've ever had this happen. Have you ever cut up your toes and stood around and then all of a sudden ants crawl into your wounds?
No. What? No.
That's what he was saying is happening to him. He's like, yeah. He's like, if I stand there for too long, ants will. Is he also on drugs? Because why are there ants crawling into? Does that happen to you, Randy? Do you ever stand around and ants start just crawling into your toes?
Where did he go swimming?
When I cut my feet on coral, I don't stand around where ants can get me. No.
Ants typically don't go out of their way to find humans and start munching on them. Usually you have to be standing on top of their house first and then they go crazy.
Yeah. Something is wrong with that guy.
Yeah.
First off, if you're married to Scarlett Johansson, why are you leaving the country?
Right.
Unless she's coming with you.
I assume she did. Did she not?
I don't know.
I just assume if you're going to the Olympics and all that, then that's
unless she got so annoying. He's like, I got to go to Tahiti.
He is making a series of bad decisions so frequently that I can't believe that she's the annoying one in that relationship.
Unless she made
a point.
a candle,
I just can't believe
a candle that somehow would mimic her vagina.
No. That's not Scarlett.
That's
I thought that was Scarlett
Gwyneth
Johansson.
Paltrow.
Gwyneth Goop Paltrow.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Scarlett Johansson did that, they'd be sold right out.
Yeah. It's just
I don't even want to talk about this anymore.
We don't have to.
No. Let's get back to the Olympics. Simone Biles, I think she is done, man. And I
candle?
What's that? No, Randy, pay attention.
No. Okay.
She says she feels like her body is slowly starting to shut down. Of course, now she's at the Olympics and she's been working hard and she's been going out there winning golds, winning silvers. She's been just out there doing it like a crazy person. But she says, yeah, I'm really tired. I feel like my body is slowly starting to shut down, like it's ready to be done. I hope that she just means with the Olympics, but it also could mean she's 31 or she's 27 now. She'll be 31 by the next Olympics. Yeah. Maybe she's at that point where she's like, you know what? I've achieved. The redemption tour was a success. Maybe it's time for me to move on to other things.
It's possible. I mean, she's already kind of pushing it as far as gymnasts go. Gymnasts usually don't last this long, much less, thinking about competing when you're 31 years old. They're kind of like running backs that way, where just the wear and tear
starts to wear out. I mean, her legs, her knees, her ankles. Yeah,
and the flexibility, and there also is like a little bit of fearlessness too that comes with when you're a younger gymnast. You just don't know all the different ways that you can get seriously injured, and over time, you get some of those injuries. You see some of those injuries. Like it just kind of all stacks up.
Did you see her though on when she would launch onto the to that what do they call it, the horse? She would launch on that
pommel horse. Yeah,
the pommel horse. Oh my God, she got way up there.
Yeah, no, she's an incredible.
She's in it to win it.
Yeah.
That
No, she's
that wear
amazing.
and tear though is going to get to you, and
Yes.
and eventually, the human body just can't do that for nearly as
Well,
long.
This is what she says. She says there's a lot of trauma there, so I've had to put in a lot of work. And then she also brings up the mental health part, where she says, "Shout out to my therapist. Shout out to therapy." So listen, if she decided, all right, I'm good, she still leaves is she the best gymnast of all time, or is
One
she
of the
just
greatest.
one of the best?
One of the greatest.
A lot of the gymnasts that are out there say she's the best.
Yeah.
And when you have 3 moves that you're the only person on the planet that actually has ever done them in competition, there's a strong argument there, because they're not just talking about her Olympics, they're also talking about her world championship events that she's also just completely dominated over the years as well.
So, Simone Biles, you say she's the Taylor Swift of the Olympics. She's the Taylor Swift of gymnastics. And Michaela Skinner, well, she's run up against the Swifties or the Bilesies. That doesn't sound right.
It doesn't sound nearly as...
Simones? I don't know. Simones sounds better than Bilesies.
Yeah.
But I guess former U.S. gymnast Michaela Skinner, she says her and her family are getting death threats because she had made comments about the work ethic of Team USA. Now, when she did that, she said, aside from Simone Biles, then she said the team seems kind of lazy. They don't have a good work ethic. And so now she's like saying, hey, somebody tell Simone Biles to tell these people to please back off. Problem is Michaela Skinner blocked Simone Biles when Simone Biles made a snarky reference to what Michaela Skinner had said. So, well, you've blocked the person you are asking for help from. So first move, unblock Simone Biles. Second, send her a message.
Ask her yourself. Yeah.
Please
and look,
make them stop.
Because that's obviously not cool. And I don't think that Simone Biles is directing these people at Michaela Skinner, but people are crazy, and they're crazier on the internet. So that's where we are.
Big George says, Randy, only the men do the pommel horse. Women only do the vault, balance beam, uneven bars, and floor exercise.
Well, what's
whatever
thing
the
they
hell
jump
the
on?
thing is they jump on.
Yeah, they jump on. They do the jump, and then they do the horse, and they do the kind of flip, and they.
We all knew what you were talking about.
Thank you.
George is just being that guy.
Thank you, Jeff. Go.
Hamilton Porter says the fact that 27 is considered old is mind-boggling. Well, I mean, old for gymnastics.
And that's why I say, I tried to compare it to an NFL running back, because most running backs, the guy starts turning 28 years old, the next paycheck's not so big, because they know what's coming next.
That's
so,
true. Yeah.
There are some
Knees,
athletes
legs,
and
hips.
some, positions in every sport that they wear down a little faster than the others. And that's gymnastics.
So the USA's artistic swimming team, I saw this video where they did this underwater moonwalk in a tribute to Michael Jackson, and they had the music going there. And oh yeah, speaking of child rapists, the Stephen Van de Velde was eliminated from beach volleyball. So that just reminded me of that.
At least he didn't win a medal, because that would have been just unfair in the world. He shouldn't have been there, but obviously, what are you going to do? The Dutch are insane.
So I don't understand why people are like, let's pay tribute to Michael Jackson. It's like, you might want to pump the brakes on that. Just me. Okay. Scratch Me Because says, if you take the name Keon Rose and remove the K and one E, and then the 2 O's, and then add a P and a D and an I, an A and an M, rearrange the letters, now you have Spider-Man. Maybe that wasp was onto something.
I wish.
Wow, that was a long way to go for that.
Thing is, I'd be the worst Spider-Man, because I'd be telling everyone I know, guys, I have spider powers.
I'd be doing it right in front of people. Look at this.
The government would be experimenting on me in a week, because everyone would know. Everyone would know.
If they can catch you.
That's a good point.
Dismantling Keon's name.
That was a long way to go for that.
Yeah.
You don't have to rearrange the letters of Peter Parker to get Spider-Man, though, so that's a little weird.
Hamilton Porter says, I got a few friends that played in the NFL. Internally, they call it the Not Long For League. Well, yeah, especially if you're a running back. Huh?
Well, I mean, look, by the time you get to the NFL, how long you been playing football? I mean, let's think about this.
Wow. Yeah.
I mean, the kids get involved in Pop Warner in what time? Early, and then you go to junior high school, then you go to high school, then you go to college. By the time you get to the football, you can't expect to have a 5 or 10 or 15-year career, right?
Not really. Not really. I mean,
Get that money when you can.
And same thing for gymnastics. You start very young.
Yeah.
All right, we got to take a break. When we come back, I got your man of the day, which should be Keon because he took a wasp bite to the eye. Did you cry?
I did not actually.
All right, man of the day right there.
A lot of yelling though. So much
swearing, so much swearing.
It just words
you
I can't say
invented some
here
new words, I'm sure.
that I didn't know that existed. Quite frankly, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, you get man of the day. You actually get that. Congratulations.
Well, thank you.
I mean, I had a kid who did a lot of charity work that I was going to do this with. But
oh no,
nope, screw him. You win. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Westwood One Sports presents this special update on the 2024 Summer Games. Quincy Hall was grimacing as he made the final turn in the men's 400 meters. The Kansas City product looked like he wanted to quit, but he did quite the opposite. Hall surging past the 3 athletes in front of him, and he became the first American to win gold in that race since LaShawn Merritt in 2008.
I knew these guys were going to get out and they're going to come for blood early. They're going to go out and who they could throw off the race. So now I have a great group of guys that I ran against, and all I had to do was just run my race. And then that was nothing more than just me trying to go hard, just harder and harder than what I'm used to doing.
Team USA women's basketball pushing past Nigeria 88-74 in the quarterfinals with swimming superstars Katie Ledecky and Michael Phelps in the crowd. The U.S. plays Australia in the semifinals on Friday. Asia Wilson had a double-double with 20 points and 11 rebounds. With this Summer Games update, I'm Ted Emmerich, Westwood One Sports.
Are you an oblivious person hogging the sidewalk like a large dying snail? Do people stuck behind you ask, how do you sleep at night? Then you should go to Mattress Firm. They have tons of quality beds at every price. So anyone, even people like you, can sleep. Get matched at Mattress Firm. Sleep at night. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
This is the story of the one. As head of maintenance at a concert hall, he knows the show must always go on. That's why he works behind the scenes, ensuring every light is working, the HVAC is humming, and his facility shines. With Grainger's supplies and solutions for every challenge he faces, plus 24/7 customer support, his venue never misses a beat. Call quickgrainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Sometimes I struggle to get to sleep. My body stopped for the day, but my mind is still running. So I take ZzzQuil.
ZzzQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, has a range of non-habit-forming products to fit you and your family's needs. Invest in a great night's sleep for the best you tomorrow.
I'm awake and ready to take on anything.
Better days start with ZzzQuil nights. Explore our products at ZzzQuil.com. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Hi, I'm State School Superintendent Tom Horn. We need to improve students' proficiency in reading and math, which is my highest priority. I'm therefore providing $40 million for free one-on-one tutoring for all public and charter school students from first grade to high school, regardless of their proficiency level. And participating teachers earn money, which they deserve, for their work to improve students' learning. Sign up at azed.gov.
Sponsored by the Arizona Department of Education. If it's local,
we talk about it.
1580 and 99.3. The Fanatic.
The Fanatic.
Danny Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. I remember we were talking about that weird guy that's running for president.
Which one?
Good point. RFK Jr., the third,
Right,
whatever his
right.
name is.
Yeah.
And
worms in the brain.
well, he had a worm in his brain, then he had it removed.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Or it just died of starvation. I'm not sure
Maybe.
what happened there. But
right.
Anyway, so, people have been talking about the fact that he found this dead bear and threw it in his van. And he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna eat this thing." First off, I didn't know you could eat bear.
Oh yeah.
Who eats
Oh, yeah.
bear?
Well, Alaskans.
Oh,
People in Alaska eat bear.
Do
yeah.
they? All right.
Oh yeah.
Anybody out there ever had bear? I'm curious, what does it taste like? So that's number one. The second thing is a new poll asked people if they've ever dined on roadkill, and
No.
6% said yes.
No.
That's a lot out of
That's-
330 million people.
That's
That's a high number.
that's a
of-
very high number.
Wasn't there a restaurant at one time that?
Well, that was a joke, Randy. The Roadkill Cafe. That was just a joke. it
No,
was not
what?
legit.
No, there was a place somewhere
That's against the law.
that I can't remember that
can't-
would bring in possum, yeah, roadrunner, birds.
but not roadkill.
Yeah, you're not
I
allowed to serve people
thought
at a
it
restaurant
was-
actual roadkill.
I thought it was roadkill.
There was a
Maybe-
place called the
maybe-
Roadkill Cafe, and it was a joke.
Well,
They-
I
they
know
would-
that's a joke.
Names on the menu were just joking around.
I know that's a joke. Yeah.
So 89% of people say no, they've never dined on roadkill. 5% of people said not sure. You know, the not sure is probably it at Filiberto's, to be fair. But I guess eating roadkill was more common among younger adults. That blew me away.
Younger, meaning what?
Like under 44 years old, 9% said they had, compared to
So
folks
under-
45 years or older. It was at 3%, and that's what averaged out to 6%. And I'm like, what? Why are
So
'cause I
under 44, that would mean you and I would be old.
Yeah, we're old, Randy. Thank you for reminding me. So 27% of people say they're fine with people collecting roadkill for personal use. Well, I'm fine with it. I just please don't feed that to me. And 33% say they think it should be illegal. I don't think it's illegal. Just it should be illegal to take it from road
Well, I
to
mean,
a restaurant and
I
pass
mean,
it
if
off
you-
as
clean it and fry it.
no matter what you do with it. I don't want it.
Yeah. How do we certify?
I mean, all the bones are broken, so it's going to be flattened down. It's going to cook evenly,
Tenderized. Yeah.
and maybe you can, you can dig the bone out kind of easily.
So here's
right?
the
So-
question: has anybody actually eaten roadkill?
Hmm.
Randy,
Not me. No.
Keon,
Nope.
I have not eaten roadkill, although I did shoot and eat a rabbit once.
What?
That's not the same as roadkill
No.
because I shot it and it did a little backflip and I ate it. I mean, there were some steps in
Yeah,
between.
Mm.
I cleaned it.
I sure hope so.
Yeah. And then I felt guilty about it. I felt like, oh, I just killed a poor bunny.
Mm.
Anyway,
then you
that's my
ate it?
struggle. That's my struggle. Well, no, of course I ate it. I'm not going to let it go to waste.
And then you're like,
I don't kill
gee,
for just pleasure.
I'm sorry, I killed this bunny and ate it.
I felt bad about it and I never did it again.
Hmm.
I was like, you know what?
Hmm.
I just drive to the store and get some food. I don't need to blow this bunny away at a distance,
Yes.
although it was an
Listen.
impressive shot.
I-
It was a long shot with a pellet gun. And
pellet
I was,
gun?
yeah, it was with a pellet. Took it out. Bang. Then I cleaned it and I ate it. And I was like, all right, that's cool. But I feel bad for the bunny. Anyway, Monkey Puncher says, I have to say, Keon getting stung by a wasp on the eye and still showing up for work today is kind of sexy. Call me if you ever break up with your girlfriend, Keon.
I won't.
Wow.
But you know what?
Keon.
Thanks for the compliment.
Just say
How
thank
about
you.
that,
Just say
Keon?
thank you.
Yeah, no, thank you.
But no.
Mm.
Hamilton Porter says, not to mention the injuries. Hell, Michael Penix already has 2 repaired ACLs. Is that true?
That is
I mean,
true.
Both
Wow.
or just
Same one twice.
I don't know actually.
Canadian Mountain says, being from the Yukon, which is right next to Alaska, I can confirm that we eat bear. How else are we supposed to show them who's boss? That's a baller move.
well, I mean, that's true. Yeah.
But do you eat the bear in front of the other bears? Do you make sure they know you're
I think
eating
you
the
do.
bear?
I mean, you go outside with the bear and you eat them in front of the other bears.
But doesn't
and
that
show
invite the other bears to attack you and then try to
Uh,
eat you?
No, I mean, if they're cooked. I mean, bears don't like cooked food. They like raw stuff.
How do you know what the bears like?
Well, I mean, I think about it for a second.
I mean, we like cooked food. Why wouldn't they?
I know bears. You know that. I know bears.
You know bears
I
personally.
I mean, I grew up with bears and I know them personally. And
You
I,
like Tarzan,
don't
you're like
like,
raised by By bears?
Well, yeah, I was raised by a pack of bears. Yeah.
You're talking about your uncle.
But
No, yeah, I was
By-
Uncle Bob.
by the
my
way-
bear uncle. Yeah.
Michael Penix Jr. retore the same ACL.
All right, well, that's better than both
Tore
ACLs.
his
I
right
think.
ACL.
Well, I mean, if I'm
That was
a
his
bear, I
planting
can,
leg.
2 years
Look-
later, retore the right ACL.
look. If I'm a bear, I can eat him pretty easy. He can't run.
He can run pretty quick still.
Michael
No.
Penix could probably
With that,
still get away
with
from
that
a bear.
torn ACL.
Well,
if
it's
I'm a bear-
recovered since, and
because I
it's
grew
been
up
4
with
years.
bears. I
We're
could
not going
take
to
him
rank
down.
quarterbacks by if whether or not Randy the Bear could chase him down and eat him.
I could do it.
I don't think that's a
Yeah.
stat
I
we
don't
need
think
to.
that's-
No, I think it is. I think you
I
guys need to start looking at my past, and you guys need to start ranking NFL
Well,
guys according to my
Yeah,
past.
I think right now a background check is in order. But Quiet Cannon says bear grease is a high value cooking oil, better than lard or vegetable oils. Daniel Boone made a living off of that when he was alive.
See, I tried to tell you guys.
Swazman says they can call it the Donner Family Recipe brand roadkill. Yeah, that's not going to make a lot of people want to eat that.
Donner
Delicious says, does a deer you hit in the middle of the road count as roadkill?
Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
it was killed.
Unless you
in a
drive
road.
off road to hit it, then
Yeah.
it's kind of different. That's murder. Kyle G says deer ran out in front of my uncle in Michigan. What else is he going to do with it? Well, we had good venison sausage, man. You just got to clean your roadkill
Yeah.
food well. Food is food. No, I get
Yeah.
it. Listen, I'm not against it. Like if I hit a deer, I'm thinking,
Well,
well, it's taken out the front of this vehicle, probably totaled it. I'm going to get my meat's worth out of this.
And
You know?
and also like when you killed the deer with your car, you know what's happened to it since it's been killed. You're the first person there. If you're the kind of person that you find on the side of the road,
Now you're like, how long has it been there?
Was
What
it
worms have crawled
sick
inside it?
when it
I'm
died?
the
Like
bear.
there's so many.
Fly lay some eggs in this thing.
See, I'm the bear that always tells the other bears, look, if you're going to be by a road, it's in your own thing.
Randy,
but the rest
Randy,
of us,
you're not
what?
a bear. You're not a bear.
What? I
You're,
used
you're
to
not
be.
a bear. No, you didn't.
What are you
used to be a
talking
bear.
about?
You're not.
Used to be.
That was medication. That you were not a bear. You were never an actual bear. You're gonna have to come to grips with that sooner or later.
I think I was.
Let's see here. It says Choro. It says Choro says Moose is pretty good.
Moose is good. I can tell you from the bear family.
This
Moose
is weird.
is good. Yeah.
It says Choro over here, but over here it says the jet is saying this.
That's so weird.
But I think it's Choro. I think the machine is lying. Hello, Choro. Let me know if you're Choro. Haruto says, hello, Mr. Rose, Mr. O'Brien, Mr. White. You Americans are strange. Do you eat roadkill? Is there a food shortage below 48? I think he means in the mainland.
And
You know what? Haruto, come here, and I want you to walk down the I-17
Why would you do that
what?
to him?
because I'm a bear.
You're not a bear,
You're-
Randy.
Okay.
Pinocchio
what-
says, I'm from Western Massachusetts. I've eaten many a backstrap from a fresh roadkill deer. Okay, well, that's a deer. All right. And then, yeah. Canadian Mountain says, oh, bears will eat cooked food, Randy. Trust me, I've had many barbecues interrupted by some hungry bears, and then they run
yeah.
off with some of the
Yeah.
burger patties.
Oh yeah, yeah, we do that. Us bears do that. Yeah,
C-
we'll come right into the camp and take your hamburgers.
CK says, Randy spent last week with a few bears and phones. Yeah, those kinds of bears. Swave Dave says, did BJ end up eating the bear? No. The bear was a monkey. That's not the same thing.
Yeah, it's just Bear was just his name.
What?
Against the Spread says Al Gore tore each of his ACLs at Miami before his NFL career. No, I'm sorry. That was Frank Gore. I read that
I
wrong.
was like, wait,
I
hold
read
on.
that wrong.
I tried
invented
to.
the internet, and then I was a running back for San Francisco.
I tried to imagine Al Gore playing football, and my brain just didn't produce the image. I can't imagine it.
He was a big guy. He could.
He could have, I guess. It just doesn't seem like the type.
No. Quiet Cannon says, hey, Randy, sorry to disagree here, but bears love anything human food. They'll clean out your campsite when you're camping in the high Sierras. Rangers will write you a ticket if you leave food out unattended.
Yeah, that's right. Yep, beans, marshmallows, chocolates. Yeah, we get it all.
Choro wants you to know this is Choro, and Moose is pretty good. Haruto says, I'll pass, Mr. White. Last time my relatives were in Arizona, they were put in concentration camps. Well, I just brought the whole party down to a sudden.
Yeah.
Haruto,
Thanks,
as you know,
Haruto.
is our Japanese friend.
Nice to keep it lively and fun. We went.
Oh my!
Just
that's great, Haruto.
You know that's. It's not untrue. It's just.
Yeah, we didn't need to go there.
We
feel like we didn't need to go there, but it's fair. I mean, that's true. That's history. We can't.
That is the thing that happened.
I think we need to put the Bears, all Bears, in concentration camps.
I don't know that
fair
that's
is fair.
necessary.
Fair is fair.
I don't think the Bears did the first one, but that's fine. I
want to be put in an ADD camp, not a concentration camp. I have a hard time concentrating. So put me in
whatever the opposite of a.
Yeah, that was so stupid. Scratch Me Because says, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, except for bears. Bears kill you. It's true. CK says, Haruto, you should come visit your ancestors. Well, that's fine. Weso Grande says, I've shot rabbit, squirrel, dove, quail, eaten them. None of them taste like chicken. None of them. Quail, they smell funny. Anyway, it's a Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Hi, welcome to Staples.
Yeah, my daughter needs a laptop for college, but I need to watch the budget.
Well, Staples hot deals on tech are backed by a price match guarantee, so our prices won't be beat.
Great. I can't believe my baby's starting college.
She'll do great.
I know.
Oh, let's get you a great deal on a laptop.
Save big on tech for school at Staples. Now get up to $300 off select PCs. NC24 price match guarantee valid within 14 days of purchase. Exclusions apply. For details, visit staples.com/price match.
I occasionally have nerve discomfort in my hands, so the things I love to do
Let's play something, Grandma.
became difficult as I got older.
If you have occasional stabbing and burning in your hands and feet, try Nervive Nerve Relief. Nervive's clinically studied dose of alpha-lipoic acid reduces occasional nerve discomfort in as little as 7 days with continued daily use. Say yes to healthy nerves with Nervive Nerve Relief. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer, he hears things differently. To the untrained ear, everything on his shop floor might sound fine, but he can hear gears grinding or a belt slipping. So he steps in to fix the problem at hand before it gets out of hand. And he knows Granger's got the right product he needs to get the job done, which is music to his ears. Call, click Granger.com, or just stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
When life gets overwhelming, but you just don't feel like talking, help is only a text away. Trained and caring crisis specialists are available by text 24/7 to assist with suicidal thoughts, substance use issues, depression, anxiety, and more. You are never alone. When you need help, please text HOPE to 4HOPE. From anywhere in Arizona, text the word HOPE to 44673. This message is sponsored by Solari Crisis and Human Services.
Lab-grown diamonds might be new to retail, but not to Desert Wholesale Diamond. Hi, Diamond Dave Cantor of Desert Wholesale Diamond. And even though I'm a fourth-generation natural diamond importer, I was the first to import these gorgeous, eco-friendly, low-carbon footprint, conflict-free, real and genuine diamonds to the West Coast. And unlike everyone who's recently gotten on the lab-grown bandwagon, we work with the largest growers in the world to bring you the best possible diamonds at the lowest possible price. We know what to import and what to reject. And because we're importing direct, working in our low overhead wholesale offices, and making our own rings, bracelets, and earrings in our own facility, we can offer better pricing than anyone. So work with the leader, not the followers, and let us find you the perfect cultivated diamond for less, a lot less.
Call 480-397-2450. That's 480-397-2450. Or follow Dave on Instagram at Diamond Dave Cantor. That's at Diamond Dave, Kantor.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K257CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240 EU Mountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
It's time for the third hour.
Quiet, people, settle down.
because it's time. Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 5 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. Your good friend, radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580. As we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. It's been a great day for us. Diamondbacks win 7-3. Diamondbacks win 5-3. Diamondbacks win and a sweep on the Guardians. And so, who are we playing next? Who do we play next? I forgot to even look at that, but that's not the only good thing. The Americans are now 94 medals. China 65. We're almost 30 more medals than the second place country. And then as far as gold, we've inched ahead to 27 gold over China's 25. Still with the 35 silver and the 32 bronze. But yeah, we are dominating. You know, China could come back. China could come back and beat us in the gold count. That's the only thing I think they're even close enough to even try to do. But as it is, we are winning these Olympics.
Diamondbacks come home, take on the Phillies for 4, and then they take on the Rockies for 3 before they go on the road to Tampa Bay.
Okay. All right. So the next game is Friday, right? Not tomorrow. It's going to be on Friday.
It is. The next game is tomorrow,
Really?
6:40.
Yep.
At home against the Phillies.
Wow, they got to travel from Ohio to tonight and then play tomorrow.
And
All right.
play tomorrow.
But they are going to Philly, so it's not that far.
So they're going to Philly. They're not coming here.
No,
they are coming here. My bad.
Oh,
yeah, they're coming here. They're going to be.
You're
home.
going to confuse them, Keon.
Yeah, no, that's me.
Get a bunch of Diamondback players going to the wrong place because you.
That's true.
After the doubleheader today, they are coming home to take on the Phillies tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Then Monday, they're at home against the Rockies. For Tuesday, Wednesday, then they go to Tampa Bay, and that's the first time they have a day off. They don't take on Tampa Bay in Tampa Bay until Friday.
All right. There you have it. There you have it. And I'm checking just to make sure that all the information, because, you know, sometimes if you look at the ESPN, you get bad information. In fact, some of these sites have different medal counts. So I don't even know what to trust anymore. My information it could be wrong if I'm using ESPN. I don't know who's wrong. Is CBS.com wrong? All I know is the Arizona Diamondbacks are a game and a half ahead of everybody in the wild card standings. So they're in front of the Padres, they're in front of the Braves, and they're in front of the Mets and the Cardinals and the Pirates. So, you know, listen, that could change in a heartbeat. You know, lose a couple games, somebody else wins a couple games. Now you're out in the cold. So you got to keep playing well right now. That's for sure. It's, as they say, imperative. Let's see. King of Kitten says, Jeffrey, that was a pretty good George Takei impersonation. Appreciate that. That's the thing, people. Sometimes, you know, sometimes I just do tons of voices. I used to like 200 different voices. In fact, that was my whole thing when I met Randy, is I just did all these celebrity voices. And then I kind of got tired of doing it because that's all the salespeople ever wanted from me. They're like, hey, can you make a commercial sounding like this? And I'm like, okay. So after about 5 or 6 different commercials of me doing some voice, I was like, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to be that guy. I want to just do my thing. And so I stopped doing it completely. And so a lot of those voices got rusty. So when I try to pull up a voice I haven't done in a while, it's going to sound like crap. But every now and then, some of them just come naturally. So, you know, George Takei, I mean, what's not to love, right?
Yeah.
What is not to, yeah, in fact, I did him in my stand-up act back when I was a kid, before he did Oh My on Howard Stern. This is pre Oh My. And I can't remember what the joke was. It was just him saying, well, hello, would you like some tea? It was just him offering tea. I can't remember what the basis of the joke was, but so, you know, I love George Takei. He's awesome. Seabass says, I forgot to mention, Ohio is a bleep hole too. Oh, you didn't need to tell us that.
We're right there with you.
We are well aware of how bad Ohio and Florida are. Trying to think what else is bad.
I would argue
Missouri.
New Jersey as well. Missouri's up there.
I don't know, my dogs are going crazy down there.
New Jersey, Missouri.
Hey, you guys don't mind if I go yell at my dogs for a second?
No.
I'll be right back.
No. Go
All right.
on. Go on right ahead.
So let's talk baseball. How are your Washington Nationals doing?
Well, they did pretty well yesterday. They were taking on the Giants and just put 11 runs on them. So that was pretty good.
Well, I love that.
Yeah.
I saw that they beat the Giants pretty good.
And
what do you think about your Natties down the stretch here?
I mean, I think they're going to be competitive, and that's the thing that they're always good for. I know that they still need to get better. They're very young. I think that they need to improve.
Wild card players?
Say it again.
Wild card players?
I don't think so. I think they're too far out of it. They had a losing streak right before the All-Star break that wasn't great.
I walk away, and then all of a sudden you just go right back to baseball.
Well, that's what we know. I mean, that's what Keon and I know.
Randy asked me how my Nationals were doing.
You got that on deck to last longer and also wait until I come back. I get it.
Well, we're trying to fill time, right? I mean,
doing a little tap dancing.
Come on.
Yeah.
Is that a problem?
No, we just talked about baseball.
I didn't think it was a problem.
We're going to talk about something else now, like
All
some
right.
football.
Let's
go.
All right, let's go.
My wife just got back from the Cardinals training camp thing. I was surprised she got back so early. I don't know why she did. I haven't asked her why yet, but she sent me some pictures while she was at Cardinals training camp. And she sent me a picture, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's great. I'm going to show you the picture. And it's like, here's the crowd. And then you can see there in the background, all the little players in the field, right? And then she's like, well, I'm going to zoom in. And so she zoomed in there, and I was like, all right. So then I was like, well, I gotta zoom in more. I'm like, oh, there he is. It's like find Kyler Murray in the photos of training camp, because he's so itty bitty. Oh my God, he's adorable. Look at that. Oh, look at that little guy. He's just so small. And she even said in the thing, she's like, Little Murray, second pick. I'm like, yeah, I zoomed in. I found him.
Where is Waldo? But harder.
I don't know how the practice went today, but that's the last public one they're going to get, right?
I believe
think
so.
that's
Because
it.
once the preseason games start, then they're not opening up to the fans after that.
I got to find out if they got to see Marvin Harrison in action, or not. Can I call him Marvin Harrison? I mean, I feel like we can just call him.
He is the only actively
Right.
playing Marvin Harrison. So I think so.
Do I got to say Junior?
I don't think so. I genuinely think that you get the idea. His dad's not suiting up anytime soon. So that's the Marvin Harrison you're talking about.
I don't know anybody that's a junior. Randy, do you know any juniors?
Dale Earnhardt.
No,
Jr.
like actually you know them. Like I got a pal, so and so junior, or just a guy you call
Martin-
Junior.
Martin Truex Jr.
Yeah, well, again, you don't know him personally.
Ken Griffey Jr.
So I'm saying is people in regular life, not celebrity athletes or race car drivers.
Mm.
Yeah,
Do you know anybody named Junior?
My cousin's
No.
a junior.
You call him Junior?
Everybody calls him junior.
See, I don't know any juniors.
He used to call Ken Griffey just Junior.
Either junior or Lil Ellie.
They would call Dale Earnhardt Dale Jr.
I don't know. Is there anybody that's listening that's a junior? Because back in the past, I was like, oh, I don't have any friends named Bob. And then all of a sudden I had a friend named Bob. And then I was like, you know what? I wish we had somebody on the text line named Boogie.
Was
and
it
then
was
Boogie
it
came along.
Bob Jr.?
Oh, that'd be even better. Because I don't have a Bob anymore. I need a Bob again.
Mm.
Number one Rattler fan says, I'm a junior. All right. I'm going to change your name to number one Rattler fan Junior.
So can we just call you Junior?
Well, he's number one Rattlers fan. I think he wants to rep that more than the junior part. Bite Micah Bob says, Junior Bucket. Is that something dirty?
I don't
I don't know
know.
what that means.
I'll be
Baby
honest.
Mullet says, I have to yell at my dogs. Is that code for poop coming out right now? No, I actually I heard the dogs barking, but it's just because my my mom, my wife just got home.
Their
She's
mom.
somebody's mom.
Their mom, your wife.
Oh no, we don't do that.
Okay, never mind.
The pets, we're not pet. Well, she tries to say, "Where's Daddy?" I'm like, no, I'm not Daddy. Number one, I wasn't in town that weekend. Okay. Second, no, I am not a pet parent. I'm a pet owner, and that is my dog. And of course, I say all this. I'm all like, rah, rah, and then I'm like, I'm full of crap. I know it. Harvey Putswaddler says, my dad was a junior. My brother's a third. He's a third of what?
No, he's a third.
I know, a third of what?
You've got a junior.
One third what?
And then after junior is the third.
The third what?
Person in the line of people.
Well, you only talked about two people. So I don't know who this third person
senior,
is.
junior, and then the next person is third.
My dad was a Cecil the second. And
you named your dog after your dad?
Oh yeah.
You never told me that.
Named my dog after my dad, so he's Cecil the third.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
He's not the third. He's just your dog.
No, he's the third.
He's not the third.
It was Cecil Dale, who was the Cecil Dale the second, and then I named the dog after my dad, Cecil Dale the third.
Number one Rattlers fan says, "Hey man, how can you ignore my 3 sentences about the Rattlers?" Because I didn't see them. All I saw was, I'm a junior. I didn't even see your other text. You realize we get a lot of texts. And I just realized he sent a bunch today.
Rattlers?
Yeah, but you sent them all in a row. And the last one was the one that said, I'm a junior. He did. I don't know how you do it. At 5:07, and he sends his text. And then at 5:07, another one. And then 5:08, another one. And then I saw the 5:09. So, yeah, there's a lot of texts on this line, man. I only just saw the most recent one. Pace yourself. Pace yourself.
Yeah. And the thing is, when you send a bunch of texts, it keeps resetting you. So it keeps sending you to the to the bottom of the line. Spread them out.
Yeah, and by the way, I don't care about the Rattlers. There's always that. So
you buried the lead there. You could have started with that.
Because the Rattlers are the only ones that have been champions here lately.
Well, it helps when you own another team in the conference. But still, number one Rattlers fan says, one more big game for my beloved Arizona Rattlers on Saturday, the 17th. They fought the Massachusetts Pirates in the indoor football championship game. They fought them? They fought them? Are they thinking about it? Or they fight them? Just having a hard time reading this text. And he says they started 1-3 and they had to overcome 4 major injuries. Let's get at it, he says.
4 major.
Well, good luck to you.
Injuries.
He didn't mean they fought them or thought them. He says they faced them. Randy, what are you trying to do?
He's trying to make a rattlesnake.
Rattlesnake.
Yeah.
That sounds like a belt coming off.
If someone is listening to us and they have cats, like that house is crazy. Right.
What?
That'll also do it.
That's the dangerous rattlesnake. What are you talking about?
All I hope is I made somebody's animal crazy.
You have probably multiple of them.
You're welcome.
Many different animals.
Seabass says, "Hey, my real name's Robert, which is long for Bob. My friends call me Trucker Bob." Well, Seabass, why aren't we just calling you Trucker Bob on the text line? I mean, Seabass is awesome.
It is an awesome name.
Seabass Bob. That will work. Kyle G says, "I went to school with the junior and the second. If you swap the titles, it upset them both. Oh, one guy was so-and-so junior. The other guy was so-and-so the second. So if you said it wrong, they got upset. So we did that often," he says.
And Gary Payton, of course, has a son that is Gary Payton Jr. and Gary Payton second.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait. He's got 2 kids named Gary.
Yeah.
Gary has 2 kids named Gary.
Gary has 2 kids named Gary.
Who does he think he is? George Foreman?
Maybe.
Hey, did you ever go to Buca de Beppo?
Buca de what?
I've been there. Yeah.
Okay, so this is an Arizona thing, maybe. But Buca de Beppo is this Italian restaurant, and you go in there, and you order one thing and you could feed a neighborhood. It was just like
Oh, yeah.
so much food.
Yeah. Yeah. oh,
And
yeah.
they walk you through the kitchen. It was like a lot of atmosphere and stuff. Bad idea to go on a first date because you're going to be wearing some of that sauce. And it was always really, really great food. I guess they just declared bankruptcy. I don't know if
no.
somebody said they might have shut down here in Arizona. I don't know if that's
What?
true. Or
Buca de Beppo?
yeah. I don't know if they shut down or not. But being bankrupt doesn't mean you're closed. But just somebody said that maybe they closed down the locations here.
Oh man.
It's BUCA space DI space Beppo. And yeah, I don't know. I can't believe that when I saw that. Buca de Beppo declares bankruptcy. Meanwhile, Olive Garden's packed every night. What I'm trying to get at right now is there is no God.
Life's not fair.
That's the message.
Huzzah!
Anybody? Let me look it up. Well, it breaks my heart if they actually close down. That was some good solid food. Hold on here. I'm trying to find it on the map and then see if they're open. Oh, it says they're open. Oh, the one on Val Vista still open. The one on Scottsdale Road still open. The one in Arrowhead still open. I think.
So I wonder if filing for the Chapter 11 is just reorganize your finances, kind of file for bankruptcy, and not we're closing everything. This is all over bankruptcy.
Oh, that made me feel better to read. There is a God. Hopefully they'll make it. Hopefully the local ones will make it because that was good stuff. That was always. I mean, you've got to be like Tom Hanks and Castaway hungry because they feed you so much damn food. It's
I kind of want to go.
Well, go while you can.
Go, that's a good point. This is the first time ever hearing of it. I've never heard of the spot before.
888-368-1580. Let's talk football. All right. So here's the latest. Marvin Harrison Jr. everybody. We ain't seen him play one damn down yet of NFL football, but Keon has made comparisons to him and his play and his demeanor, very Larry Fitzgerald-like. But don't go crazy with the Larry Fitzgerald comparisons. Yes, he doesn't like to talk trash. He said, I don't really talk trash back. I try to let my play do my talking for the most part. I hear what they say. I've been hearing it my whole life, but it doesn't bother me. So he's very cool, calm, collected. He's got some similarities in the way he plays the game, but pump the Larry Fitzgerald brakes a little bit. Give this guy a chance to be Marvin Harrison Jr.
Yes.
Also, take a moment and remember who his dad is. So yeah, he's a great wide receiver. He's got the pedigree, and he's got the Larry Fitzgerald humbleness. But let's just find out what he is before we start tagging.
Does he have the humbleness? Though?
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
He's not
the guy that won't sign the paperwork for Fanatics.
Don't
and wants his own.
And do you know?
Don't confuse humble for smart business.
Okay.
And also, he's basically forging a new path. And the players should be on his side, but instead the NFLPA is fighting against him because it cuts into their money.
And also, you know who's orchestrating it? Yeah. It's his dad. Marvin Harrison Sr. is the one that's basically like, I've been in the league. I see how they hose people financially. Get yours. And so, like, that's not him thinking he's too big for this. He's taking his dad's advice.
Sometimes you got to play by the rules.
No, you don't. It's not a lack of humility. It's a lack of, hey, I'm tired of getting screwed over by the man.
He's going to lose money. He's going to lose money.
He might, but that's not to say that he's an arrogant person.
Man. He's going to lose money.
Here, hold on. Let me ask my wife real fast. Hey, honey. Did Marvin Harrison Jr. Did you get to see him catch anything? How to go? He was excellent. Yeah. Okay, he only missed one ball, but it's because little Kyler overthrew him. Or was it the other guy?
Okay, all right.
Oh, it was Kyler. No, Kyler probably couldn't see him.
I'm just saying. Look, I mean, there's a way that you go about things. There's a way you don't go about
Well,
things.
why
and
should
he's
he have to
choosing-
bend over to the
he's-
man?
Well, I mean, he's choosing the way you don't go about things.
Well, he's choosing the way he's decided to, and he
Why
has every
does he
right
have
to.
to?
He has a
Why
right
does
to
he
do it
have
the way
to
he
make-
wants to.
Does he though? Because
He
he's
does.
not
Absolutely.
making he's not making any money right now, right?
Well, they're going to sort all of this out, but he has decided that the way they do things between the NFLPA and the Fanatics and the NFL is not conducive to his
But-
bottom line, and so now
all-
he's
all-
forging his own trail. That doesn't
I'm
make him a
just-
bad guy or
I'm
less
not
than
saying
humble.
he's a bad guy. I'm not saying he's a bad guy. I'm not saying he's less humble. I'm just saying he's not going about the right way for his
Says who?
products. It
yeah,
says
it's-
everybody
right-
else that's
right
got
now.
this set up.
Well,
It's a
boo-hoo
gamble.
everybody else.
The NFLPA, the NFL,
Yeah.
Fanatics,
Gee whiz,
everybody.
those guys
has
have
got
nothing
this-
to gain by this.
well, I mean, I understand that.
It's
but
it's a gamble, and if it doesn't pay off, yes, he will have lost money. But if it
He's
does,
gonna
he
lose.
will have gained money.
He's going to lose
And-
money.
And to the extent that he's going against the grain and he's not doing, what he's quote unquote supposed to, he's getting that advice from the
Well, then-
person in his life who's actually been in the NFL before.
Why even play in the NFL?
He's not playing in the
then?
NFL to sell jerseys, Randy.
Why?
And guess
even
what? The
be
team is still
a
going to pay
part?
him plenty of money just to go catch the
Why
ball. The rest
even-
of it, it's not about
why-
jerseys.
Why even be a part of the NFL?
Because he wants to play in it, which he is doing.
Well, I mean,
He is
then-
doing that.
well,
It's not like he got drafted and then he wants to get paid without playing.
he's going to miss out on a lot of money.
And he'll
That's all I
probably
gotta say.
still make more money than
And-
all three of us put together
the
lifetime.
Madden football game.
And the thing
he's
is-
going to miss out on that. He's going to miss out on.
He may miss out on it for a year.
What do you mean for a year?
The moment he signs on the dotted line, so say his gamble doesn't pay off.
These guys are
If he
gonna
signs on the
blacklist him.
dotted line, they can't blacklist him. That's not how a union works.
Because then they don't
Dude.
make their money.
Yeah, like
Dude.
they want him.
Dude,
they
come
want him.
on,
They
kid.
want
Late
him
for
in
a
there.
break.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
it's not making any sense to me.
Let's take a break. When we come back, we'll pick right back up where we left off. I'll get to your texts, and we'll fight more about Marvin Harrison Jr. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's action update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Get insights into the sports betting market with VSiN's betting splits. See where the money is and keep updated on how the market is reacting. Only at VSIN.com. Now, here are the latest lines from my guys in the desert.
NFL preseason week number 1 running through the weekend. One of 3 preseason games in the month of August. The Kansas City Chiefs, the defending Super Bowl champions, are the betting favorites to win Super Bowl 59 in New Orleans, and they would become the first team to win 3 straight Super Bowls. They are plus 600. The San Francisco 49ers, who appeared in Super Bowl 58, are plus 650 to win the Vince Lombardi Trophy. Baltimore Ravens are plus 1,000. The Detroit Lions plus 1,200. Philadelphia Eagles plus 1,300. Houston plus 1,500. I'm Tony Desiri with your VSiN Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Westwood One Sports presents this special update on the 2024 Summer Games, sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Protect the stuff you love with Renters Insurance. Visit progressive.com. Quincy Hall headlines the night on the track at Stade de France. The Kansas City native comes from behind to win gold in the men's 400 meters. He edged out Matthew Hudson Smith of Great Britain. Noah Lyles is on to the final in the 200 meters after coming in second in his semifinal heat. Lyles has already won gold in the 100 in Paris. And Sarah Hildebrandt from Granger, Indiana is the Olympic wrestling champion at 110 pounds. Hildebrandt shut out Cuba's Yusnelis Guzman Lopez in the final. Team USA now has 27 gold medals. They lead the way in that category and the overall medal count with 94. China a distant second with 65. With this Summer Games update, I'm Ted Emmerich, Westwood One Sports.
At Progressive, we know there's a lot of things you can track. Steps, calories, heart rate, your pet steps, screen time, the whereabouts of your favorite celebrity, how long you slept, how long you didn't sleep, how long you thought about sleeping, how long you thought about sleeping. But none of these things could save you money, unlike Snapshot from Progressive, which customizes your rate based on how and how much you drive. It's much better for your bottom line than tracking your Cocker Spaniel's resting heart rate. So download the Progressive app today.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Snapshot not available in California or from all agents. Surcharge possible for unsafe driving.
At Lowe's, save big every day. Right now, get a free pneumatic nailer when you buy a pallet of Metabo HPT nails. Plus, save an extra 5% every day on eligible purchases when you use your Lowe's business credit card. Because Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows pros. Selection varies by location while supplies last. Discount taken at time of purchase. See sales associate for details. 5% offer subject to credit approval. Exclusions and terms apply. See store at lowes.com/credit for details.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert. And I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free info kit. 800-285-3636. 800-285-3636.
Paid for by Wesley Financial Group.
Hi, I'm Ralph.
And I'm Neil.
And I'm Nathan. And we're the Weekend Warriors.
Whoa. Who's the new guy?
Well, I'm known on social media as Mr. AZ Sports.
Oh, you're one of those internet celebrities.
Yeah, the internet's really popular. You should learn about it. Hold on, Neil. We'll still be the same great show.
Will we talk about sports?
Yes.
Will we interview Arizona sports personalities?
Sometimes, yeah.
Will we have fun?
Of course we will. And I'll bring real knowledge of Arizona sports to the show.
Fine. He can stay.
Welcome to the team, Nathan. It's the Weekend Warriors every Saturday at 10 a.m. right here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Dave Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Officer Friendly says these Kyler Murray jokes never get old. That's why I like your show. You'll make fun of people's height. Those jagaloons on the flagship sister station only say good things about the home team.
Jagaloons?
I'm going to have to look that up to make sure that's something we can say. Having never heard that word before.
Jagaloons.
Well, stop saying it over and over before I look it up, Randy.
I like that, jagaloons.
Quit saying it. Wait. It's an international award-winning instro rock combo from Albany.
Jagaloons. Come on, Keon. Let's laugh about it.
I'll say it's a new one. I don't think I've
Urban
ever heard
Dictionary. A person, preferably a man who is socially awkward, usually has a deep thought look on their face, even though that person rarely thinks.
Jagaloons.
Oh, so
All
Jared
right,
Goff.
that works. Okay, Officer Friendly. That texture nickname right there, Jagaloon.
Jagaloons.
Why
I'm going
not?
to put that on the list.
Next time, though, let me make sure it's not something we're going to get fined for. Before you start
Jagaloons.
screaming it. But no, Officer Friendly, we've never been the station or the show that is paid to say nice things about the home teams. We are not. They are. So we can be honest and share our dumb opinions about whatever we feel like, and your guys' dumb opinions too, without any retribution.
Jagaloons.
Oh no, they're going to be mad at us. We can't listen. We don't care. Chosen One says Buca di Beppo is a great Italian place.
Oh, it is.
Huge portions. Recommend the Quattro del Forno. Spinatos for the pizza and wings. Those wings are huge. Get the chill flavor. King Kitten says the Buca at 7111 West Ray Road in Chandler has closed. But the Buca in Scottsdale and Peoria and Mesa, those are still open.
I would imagine the one
There's one in Mesa.
at Arrowhead is still
According to the map, it seemed like it was. So Big George says, I was going to say last time I was in town, the Buca di Beppo by my house on Val Vista and the US 60 was still open. Food's mediocre, but the portions are enough to feed me and my brother, which, by the way, his brother is almost as tall as he is. Chip and George are there. If you owe money to a bank and they or anyone and they show up at your front door, just you got to pay it. Yeah. So I was surprised to see the Giants and the Lions. They both got fined $200,000 for the fights they had in their joint practices. $200,000 is no big deal, and they're fining the team. So this is not a deterrent to stop players from fighting. It's just there's never been fines against players when they fight in training camp or in practices. So when the two teams get together, or if it's just even within their own team, there's no deterrent. And some coaches like it when they fight. It's like, now it ain't practice until these guys get their dander up. But kind of getting the idea that if you're going to have all these joint practices, it's time to start fining players probably a bit, a big chunk of money to stop them from doing that. Because the last thing that the Giants needed was Daniel Jones, who, by the way, started that fight he was in. Last thing they need is him injured in a fight after they paid him all that money. Bad enough you just lost Saquon Barkley. And you also don't need Malik Neighbors, getting into a fight before you even got to see him catch a ball. And then the Lions didn't need Kirby Joseph hurt. All these guys were in these scuffles, and some of them started them. Some of them, were in them. You got to start finding these players for the practice fights, or just to keep people from getting hurt out there.
I would imagine. I mean, these guys have got to learn that their mainstay, their living comes from playing football, and they can't go out there on these practice fields, no matter what anybody says. They've got to tune that out and just go to
macho
work.
stuff, though, right?
Well, I mean, they've got to go to work and then and go home and just let that stuff kind of slide.
And you see that a lot of the veteran players tend not to be those guys. You guys have been in the league like 8-9 years. You just
plus or minus an Aaron Donalds who's swinging helmets.
Yeah, but even then, everybody's got a breaking point when you, especially when you're talking about a group of guys who usually around the times the joint practices start, there've been a few fights inside their own camp. So a lot of that is just I can't wait to hit somebody else, and then they get that chance to do it.
Well, I mean,
and they take it.
Football hit somebody else is one thing. Hitting is another.
Yeah.
As a former high school athlete, I can tell you there were some fights in our team within the ranks, but it was something that it happened and then it stopped, and then the two guys respected each other, and we went on about our business. But we didn't fight on the practice field against a Chaparral or a Maryvale or
on the practice field against them.
We didn't fight against other teams. I mean, that's just the bottom line. I mean, it doesn't matter what they say or what they do during the practice. You can't have rabbit ears. You got to shut that down. You got to turn that off and let the other team speak what they're going to speak, but you can't listen to it.
In the NFL situation, the fight would happen and then they'd be done with it. I'm sure the same way. But the problem is you're threatening the future season.
Yes.
So it's not about whether or not they're going to have a beer together later. It's about how dumb it is to get into a fight, start punching a guy in the helmet by the way, it's even more pointless to have a fight wearing a helmet than ever.
Yes.
Because if you're in practice wearing those special Guardian helmets, you're hitting a guy in the head and he's not getting a concussion. But I don't know how well it protects your hand, the big cushiony outside of the helmet now.
I guess better than it used to.
Yeah, so nobody's getting hurt. So there's no point in it.
Yeah.
Again, here's the only thing. If somebody hits you with a Guardian helmet and you're not wearing a helmet, well, you'll probably get hurt.
You're still going to feel that. There's going to be
still a bad idea.
In that Giants game, did I not see a couple of linemen lose their helmets though? I mean, it was like the other guys
in
kind of
scuffling when they're just grabbing each other and
push
around
their
the head
helmets
and
right
stuff.
off. I mean,
I remember that in a Washington training camp in the past, one of the offensive linemen like ripped the face mask off of the helmet, and you don't want to see that stuff kind of happening to somebody's face. That would be a bad idea. And I do think that the NFL is finding the teams to basically say, you guys get this under control. You all find who you have to find. Don't make us have to come up with rules for practices now. You guys figure this stuff out. They're your teams. You run the practices. You keep your players under control.
It's going to get out of control if there is not some way of slowing this down, and the fines, I think, are the best way to do it. So I think the NFLPA's got to get involved on this.
Yeah, I think they're leaving it up to teams for now because I don't think they want the NFLPA involved. I don't think they want to have to go through that. You guys handle this so that we don't have to figure out a way to negotiate this in a future CBA.
I mean, they want you guys to handle this, but the guys don't handle it. That's the thing.
Well, coaches need to handle it.
Yeah, that's who they're talking
Yeah.
about. And it's not everywhere. It's not everywhere every practice is having this happen. So, but you are going to see it happen for a couple of teams every year.
Niner 1680 says, pretty dumb to punch somebody with a helmet on. It always is.
Yeah,
it always
and
is.
There, if you ask the players afterwards, there aren't thoughts. They just it was a they snapped. They snapped. They were not thinking.
Baker's cocky hens accidentally. I don't know where you got. I don't know where you went wrong. But it looks like he got stop. When did you say stop? Because he had to opt back in and say start. And it says welcome back.
Even if you say it in the middle of a sentence, it'll disconnect you.
But there, I'm reading his text, and they didn't. None of them said stop. How did that happen?
Are there any words that
Here's his
mean
last
the same
bunch of
thing?
texts. He says I sent a freaking text with the word stop in it, and I haven't had any text read in weeks, and I was wondering what was going on. We'll go back August 2nd. No, I don't see a stopped on that. Well, I believe you, but yeah, always be careful, guys. Don't text the word stop. They should have told you that you had opted out.
It usually tells you that you've opted out, but not always. I know it has happened to somebody else that they were opted out and they didn't know.
I see a picture of a pit bull sitting there looking all comfy on a child's mattress. There's a good-looking dog there. And also says, is this Big Chad lawyer I keep seeing ads for related to Big George?
Probably not.
Yeah, no. It's just George and his brother Chip. So it's not Chad. Unless that guy, well, I don't know. We should ask George. George? I don't think he's going by Big Chad.
No.
Pinocchio says, Buca eggplant parmesan to die for. You know who likes a nice bit of eggplant? Moist one. Case the Cook says, you're right, Randy. We didn't fight the opposing team. We just tackled their best players, hold them up, and take pop shots at them.
Yep.
Big Jake says, gladiators locked in a coliseum will battle. How could anyone expect anything else but violence if you put them all together like that?
It's a violent game.
No, it's true, but I think people are maybe a little slower to that if they know there's a chance they're going to get a fine. And if they have that kind of in the back of their head, it might, temper their temper a little bit. And then, the whole thing leads to let's reduce injury. Let's not have something like that happen. Mike McCarthy, that 4 sandwich eating some bitch over there at the Cowboys, he came out and said, everybody listen, you just don't fight. Because that's our sandwich money. They'll take the 200,000. So nobody fights. He says it's a waste of time. Waste of time. And they won't give me my sandwich money. So Cowboys not allowed to fight. Good news, I guess. I'm a little bit worried about this, and you got to think about this for fantasy football, but Puka Nacua, according to Sean McVay, will be ready to roll for the start of the season. That's coach speak. That's positivity, but you never know. You still got to pick him. You got to pick Puka Nacua in fantasy football if you get a chance.
Yeah.
But makes me nervous about week 1 or 2.
Yeah, I don't know. There might be some value in going after Cooper Kupp just in case he gets the bulk of the targets to start the year. Because whenever Puka's healthy, that's the dude.
Yeah,
but when he's not, Cooper Kupp does pretty nice.
If you don't get Puka, you're not getting Cooper. You're not getting both. No matter what, you're never going to get both.
If you're in a league that allows you to get both,
unless you're first or last. Yeah.
Well, you'd have to be the 12th pick, and Puka and Cooper Kupp would have to drop. And guess what's never going to happen in any league ever?
Just saying.
Unless you're in a 3-man league, you're not getting both.
I'm going to be like number 7, so I'm not.
Don't be such a Debbie Downer. You'll get you'll find out.
Man, I'm always that way. I'm never one. I'm always somewhere.
You
7,
did very well last year. 8, you know it. Stop
9,
whining. Stop whining. Gamecock says Randy was lucky. Doesn't really hurt punching a leather helmet back in the day.
Well,
oh my God,
that's true. That's true.
Yeah. Kiss the Cook says, wait, there's no 0 week in the NFL? No, that's only in college.
Yeah.
Big George says, I don't know who Big Chad is, but it sounds like a male escort, really. My brother's not an attorney either. He works in construction. Well, that explains a lot. Okay, so thanks for the update on that. We got to take a break. When we come back, a little more football, and of course, on this date in Big Georgia sports history. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
The light is fading, your hands are sore, and the last tool's been put away. Now is the time to feel the satisfaction that comes with a job well done. But when you get your tools from Harbor Freight, something about the job feels a little different. Your wallet. Because we believe that everyone deserves hardworking tools at hardworking prices. And that's what we have here. So whatever you do it for less at Harbor Freight.
On job sites, few things are more important than a solid work boot. At Boot Barn Work, we pride ourselves on knowing that no matter your trade, when there's hard work to be done, your boot should be built for non-stop protection and mobility. Thorogood checks all the boxes. Their Wear Anywhere boots are time-tested and crafted with the highest quality materials for relentless support. For job-fitted boots, Thorogood at Boot Barn Work.
8 Out presents Terrifying Jobs.
Bull Rider, take 2.
Today we're talking with Clifford Maxwell, a rodeo bullfighter. His job? Distract raging bulls from going after thrown riders. Cliff, this seems like a really terrifying job. Why do you do it?
I love protecting the bull riders when they get bucked off.
How big are these bulls?
12 to 2,200 pounds of pure muscle.
You're not cowed by any of this, obviously. Is there anything that scares you?
Yeah. Distracted drivers terrify me.
This message is brought to you by ADA and this station.
It's better over here. If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has an exclusive rate plan just for you. Right now, get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings versus Verizon and AT&T. Plus, you can get one of the latest 5G phones free when you add a line. That's right, a free 5G phone. Experience all this and more on America's largest 5G network. So why wait? At T-Mobile, customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Just go to T-Mobile.com/choice55 or visit your local store to make the switch.
With AutoPay using debit or bank account plus taxes and fees, 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. Free phones up to $300 off with 24 monthly bill credits and qualifying new line for well-qualified customers plus tax and $35 device connection charge. Contact us before canceling entire account to continue remaining bill credits. Bill credits end if you pay off device early. See details at T-Mobile.com.
1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Live and local.
Today, Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Baker's Cocky Hen says the Rams have 2 top-notch receivers. One's a tiny white dude. The other went to BYU. Well, thank you for that scouting report. Appreciate that. I got one for you. Russell Wilson is not going to play on Friday in their preseason game for the Steelers, but Justin Fields will. But old Mike Tomlin is saying, well, we got ourselves a quarterback competition here. Russell Wilson is in the lead, but he says, yeah, we're going to sell this in the preseason games, not practice. Well, Mike Tomlin, you're lying. Come on. Because first off, if that were the case, there's no way you wouldn't have Russell Wilson playing in a preseason game. If the competition is being settled in the preseason games, how can you leave Russell Wilson out of it?
Well, I think he would probably play him next preseason game.
No, man. If there was really a competition, you got them both playing in this preseason game, and then you until you find out who that doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense, except that he's saying it for the benefit of the team. Like everybody in the building knows that's Russell Wilson's job, but you don't announce it's his job and he doesn't have to work for it. You know the other position groups are probably battling for their job. So you put it out there. Look, we're competing. Everyone's competing. That's what training camp's about.
So if you're Mike Tomlinson, you wouldn't tell everybody on your team that Russell Wilson's our starting quarterback.
No.
Super Bowl winning Russell
Randy,
Wilson.
First, he'd say it's Mike Tomlin, not Tomlinson. And second, if I say there's a competition, by God, there's a competition. Here's why he's saying that. Is because he doesn't want Justin Fields to get demoralized. He's trying to also make it look like, wow, this is pretty close. Why would he do that? Trade bait. In case there comes a time where they feel like maybe trading Justin Fields away is a good idea. He doesn't know what he has in Russell Wilson yet. If Russell Wilson comes out there and he's doing great, and then it's like, wow, it's like, man, we get along. It's not like with the Broncos and Sean Payton, and he says, we are great with Russell Wilson. Maybe Justin Fields becomes a way to get some other players.
I think Mike Tomlin.
But you just can't make it look like Justin Fields is no good.
I think Mike Tomlin knows what he's got in Russell Wilson. Don't you think? Come on.
I think he knows. It's not about what he knows. It's for the benefit of the team as well. I do think there is some validity to what Jeffrey's saying, but I also think for just the team, if you can say the quarterback wasn't just given this job, then you can look at every wide receiver, defensive back, linebacker, and say, you're not given this job either. You better get in there and work. It's just an easier sell when the quarterback has earned it. Everybody else falls in line because that's your leader.
I mean,
I'm just telling you that's the way that a lot of those decisions get made.
I hate going against you guys, but I'm just saying I think that Mike Tomlin knows what he's got in Russ Wilson.
No one's saying you're wrong. I agree that he knows what he has, but I also think he's just not saying it because it helps him.
Yeah. Right. If he suggests there's a quarterback competition, then that gives Justin Fields more value later on. And also, you don't want to crush the little guy's confidence.
Don't you think they're going to make Justin Fields more of a slot receiver?
No, he's a quarterback.
No.
If you really don't think they're going to try to convert him?
No.
Mm.
When has that ever worked?
Well, who else do they have?
When have they ever had a quarterback that you've converted to wide receiver and it's worked in the middle of their career?
Yes, I agree with you.
Terrell Pryor for 2 seconds, maybe.
That was as close as I ever saw it working, and then I was like, oh look, it didn't work,
and it worked for half a season.
Right?
Yeah.
King of Kitten says, I saw a crazy article about Russell Wilson being traded to the Cardinals. Didn't give it any consideration.
No,
you probably shouldn't.
Yeah,
no.
I don't know where that would have come from. The Cardinals aren't interested in.
So my wife was telling me that a couple of things about what she saw at the training camp practice. She said that Kyler Murray was working under center, which has been one of those things where we're not used to that. Usually he's dropped back 10 yards, but she said he's actually operating there. A lot of work between him and the tight ends, but also some really nice throws and stuff to, Marvin Harrison Jr. But remember, it's camp.
Yeah.
Everybody looks great in camp. Everybody hits that receiver in camp.
That's not true. Anyone who's any decent hits the receiver in camp, right? So he's at least clearing the baseline of he doesn't look awful, because there are guys right now in camp who do not look great. But I do think that with Kyler, the under center stuff, like the last year, even when Kyler came back, the Cardinals actually, reduced the amount of plays they ran from the shotgun by 10%, which for them is a lot.
Yeah.
So they're committed to playing a lot more under center. And then the other thing I was reading from a lot of the camp reports about Kyler is that his footwork is a whole lot better, which I think is going to help with the consistency of those throws and the consistency of the accuracy.
Mm-hmm.
Harry Soap says, for a Bear, Randy has a strong opinion about Russell Wilson.
I am a Bear. Yeah,
figured if you were a Bear, you'd have a strong opinion about Aaron Rodgers.
No,
a pure hatred for Aaron Rodgers.
I would just eat Aaron Rodgers.
A lot of times animals do turn on their owners.
Well, Aaron Rodgers. Come on, I would just eat him. He's food.
Oh, if that was that easy, the Chicago Bears would have gotten one of those.
That's why he's
cannibalism would have taken care of that problem.
Yeah. See.
I was just surprised. I like Andy Reid. I like the Chiefs organization. Then I find out John Gruden's out there working with these guys. Now I'm just like, whoa, what? Yeah, John Gruden has been out there working with the Chiefs coaches, not the players. We're working with the coaches at training camp. And I'm like, that's
why would he be out there working with the coaches?
Probably teaching them how to coach, teaching them what to look for.
Does he know how to coach?
Offering a fresh set of eyes, probably just an outside perspective. A lot of teams will do that.
I think it's terrible.
Bring in a consultant and say, "Hey, just look at what we're looking at. We've been looking at this for the entire summer. So we're going to be biased. We're going to have different players we prefer.
With the Chiefs?
Everyone.
Come on.
I don't feel like the Chiefs need John
Randy,
Gruden.
all teams do this. I don't think John Gruden. All teams do not hire John Gruden.
I mean,
but
the
they get
Chiefs,
an
though,
outside
Keon?
set of eyes. Yeah, even the Chiefs, because it's not about learning how to coach. They don't need to be taught how to coach, but they do need just a fresh set of eyes, somebody to look at the situation.
I
little
was working
differently.
at a radio station one time, and they brought in a consultant, and I told the general manager, why? It's not like we're competing for number one in the Valley. Why are you bringing this? So the Chiefs,
they
just
competing
won
for
a
number
Super
one in the
Bowl,
league. Yeah.
and they're bringing in a consultant.
Here's
Yeah.
what they said. Gruden is wearing Chiefs gear and working alongside head coach Andy Reid and several Chiefs assistants. And I guess
now why him specifically, given everything
I
we know about him, I don't know. He is considered still a great football mind.
Well,
So-
maybe Andy Reid feels like he needs to up his game when it comes to racist, sexist, and homophobic emails. Maybe he's going to work with him on that. Or maybe Andy Reid is, maybe there's other things. I don't know.
I don't see why he
I
would need to be
don't
on
like
the
it.
field for any of that.
I don't like
I'm just telling you, all teams bring in a consultant and an outside pair of eyes. Yes, even the ones that win Super Bowls. That's
I mean,
how
the
that goes.
Eagles, maybe. Giants, of course. Washington, maybe. Cardinals, okay.
Everyone does.
But the
Baker's cocky
Chiefs?
hen says, yeah, think about it. Is Reed's kid back coaching yet? The Chiefs don't care about morals. The Chiefs care about winning. Look at all the issues. The team, they just sweep them under the rug. And then now they got
that's true.
Taylor Swift distracting from all that
Sounds
stuff.
like the Cleveland Browns. I mean, Cleveland, okay.
I mean, as much as we killed the Browns for signing Deshaun Watson and wish no good thing happens to them, there were like 6 teams that were lining up to pay him. So, like, we can't act like this is not an NFL-wide problem.
I'm just disappointed in old Andy Reid.
Yeah,
I don't
I'm just
know
kinda
why you would
sad.
be. Every team is doing anything they can get to get even the smallest, tiniest edge. And if it
Yeah.
means doing something a little unethical or hiring
Yep.
someone who is
I could see
definitely
it.
unethical,
Yeah.
they'll do it.
I could see
I'm
it. Yeah.
allowed to be disappointed.
You are.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time now for On This Date in Big George's sports history. Back in the year 1982, during a nationally televised game against the Chicago White Sox, Boston Red Sox left fielder Jim Rice suddenly climbed into the Fenway Park stands from the dugout to assist 4-year-old boy Jonathan Keene, who had just been hit in the head by a savage line drive foul off the bat of that bastard Dale Stapleton. I mean, he didn't do it on purpose, but I bet he felt like a bastard after that. But yeah, they say if it hadn't been for Jim Rice jumping up there and grabbing the kid and running through the dugout straight into an ambulance, that they said that saved the kid's life. He got hit in the noggin pretty hard there. So yeah, Rice played his entire 16-year career with the Red Sox, and then he went into the Hall of Fame back in 2009. And then later on, the kid that he saved, like a middle-aged man, and his dad, they went on a TV show and they're like, thank you so much. You saved my life. That was really cool.
Yeah,
that was
that's
pretty
awesome.
cool.
So it's a great story to hear.
1982.
Yeah.
Jim Rice. Good for him, man.
Good for him. Yeah.
I didn't get to tell you the other. How about teenager of the day? Says Keon is man of the day for taking
All right.
a wasp sting to the eyeball.
All right, let's go.
Teenager of the day is this kid, an 18-year-old kid from Oklahoma. His name is Reed Markham, and he just did his annual backpack giveaway on Saturday. Volunteers handed out more than 6,000 backpacks, all filled with school
Wow.
supplies. And he gets this thing sponsored by nonprofits, and he gets people to donate all the things. But yeah, handing out 6,000 school supply filled backpacks for the community. That's pretty damn awesome right there. He's
Look
handed
at
out
him.
more than 33,000 backpacks since he started doing it in 2017.
Wow.
About a $1.3 million worth of binders, crayons, and other stuff. So
That's awesome.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure we said to that kid, well
I
done.
mean, look at him. Good
Reed
job.
Markham from
Yeah.
Oklahoma.
Congratulations.
So that, yeah, I dig that. Chosen One says, I guess DK Metcalf swung his helmet at his teammate, and 5 fights broke out at Seahawks practice today. Oh, wow. See, that's the thing. That's I hope DK Metcalf's not going the way of Antonio Brown, if you know what I mean.
I mean, you hope not, but
kind of has that feel, doesn't it? You know,
you can't tell until you can. Like there's just
certain
going to be a
times
moment
he said
where
some things, and you're kind of like, is he okay?
Yeah, but it's not definitive enough
Right.
sometimes. But yeah, if he reaches that point, we'll know, and it'll be unfortunate probably.
It's a ad right there. To everybody wears a Guardian helmet.
Oh yeah,
Just Antonio Brown. Just a
Picture of Antonio Brown, or even a video of him stripping all his clothes down, running off the field, and never getting to play again.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He never did play again after that, did he?
No.
Yeah, that's got to be in the literature. You know what I'm saying? That's got to be on the pamphlet.
That's the
for the Guardian helmet.
Yeah.
End of the line for that one. Yeah.
I'm just giggling at the Panthers.
That you could be doing that for any number of reasons. You're going to have to be more specific.
First off, Andy Dalton is a backup on the team, but he's got a quad injury, so now they're looking for another backup quarterback.
Oh boy!
Right now, undrafted rookie Jack Plummer is the only other quarterback they have.
Oh, that's where he wound up.
Yeah. How about that? Baker's Cocky Hens. No, DK doesn't eat Skittles for breakfast. You're thinking about Marshawn Lynch.
See, I thought
different.
DK had some sort of like weird breakfast diet thing he had going on.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, maybe you're right, Baker's Cocky Hens. I thought that was all Marshawn Lynch.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's it for us, guys. We'll be back in your radios again tomorrow at 3 p.m. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Bye-bye.